What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy, and you guys are watching Inside the Coils. If you cannot tell, I am under the weather, but we're still going to make this thing happen. I do not like skipping out on guests. I do not like skipping out on shows. I would basically have to be on my deathbed, and even then, you guys would probably still get to see me on here because the wrath of YouTube, if you do not make your shows when they're supposed to be, is worse than death. Maybe slightly exaggerating on that one. But anyway, you guys get the point. I don't like missing my shows. I like being here. I like making sure everybody gets to see my beautiful, lovely face. And of course, you guys like come to see the guests, I guess. But, you guys like to see my beautiful mug. So let's bring out our awesome guest, which is the whole reason why I definitely did not want to skip tonight. It's my buddy Shawn from Pied and Joy. So everybody, let's say hello to Shawn. What up, bro?
What's going on?
Dude, I am excited to talk about some stuff. Well, one, we'll talk about ball pythons and stuff, but you got some other species I'm interested to hear about. So, sure, there's a couple other people. I know Phil's one of them that wants to hear about some indigo stuff. Maybe even see some indigos. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Indigos are a no-go at nighttime like carpets are, but
No, they're actually diurnal, so they like to go to bed at night. They'll go.
well, see, that could be a bad thing too. At the same time, waking up a sleeping snake.
No, it's all good. I already pissed them off earlier because I cleaned their enclosures, so they're all good.
Oh, okay. Now then, hell, what the hell?
We'll get them out.
Let's go through here and say hello to everybody. Then we'll thank our sponsors of this week's episode, and then we'll get this show rolling. I will say this, everybody. At 11, we are cutting this thing off because I don't know if my voice, and you guys are probably gonna get all sick and tired of hearing me hacking and coughing. So we're gonna try to make it to 11 at least. Plus, I gotta get some shipments ready for snakes for this week as well. But Derek, D&K Reptiles, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. We got Will from Will's Hella Heat. What's up, dude? John, what's up, dude? Thank you very much for tuning in. John, everybody, John is one of our YouTube members. So if you would like to be a member, in the description down below, there should be a link somewhere down close to the bottom. Go ahead and click that. There's a couple different tiers to it, and I am going to be improving some of those tiers shortly. I know I keep saying that. There's been just so much going on here, folks. With wintertime rolling around, slowly, I will be able to kind of fine-tune some of that stuff. But it does come with some nice perks like first access to animals, discounted animals. Who doesn't like that stuff? So definitely, check it out. See if it's something you're interested in. But John, thank you very much for being. I think you were the first member of the channel. So thank you very much, dude. Greatly appreciate the support. We got my brother Phil from Finger Snakes. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Good to see you in the chat. He says, I'm ready to see indigo snakes. Yes, yes, yes. We got Tara from Voodoo Doll Royals. What's up, Tara? Thanks for tuning in. We've got Shawn. Let's see here. We've got Charlie from Gray Rider Reptiles. What's up, dude? It was great hanging out with you last night on Holly from Texoma's live stream last night. Everybody go check out Texoma Exotics. They've got 2 different live streams, both great lives. And the last night's live was just nice just to sit down, hang out. You guys do get to see me feed the carpets. So there is that little bonus in there as well. I don't know how good the footage is. I didn't go back and rewatch the footage of it, but it was me trying to hold a webcam plus feed. And yeah, so no promises on what the footage looked like. It was probably crap, but I did my best. Let's see here. Justin, Pressure Pythons, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Tim, what's up, dude? Thank you very much for tuning in. We got which Tim is one of our sponsors as well. So everybody go check out Mint Boas. Greatly appreciate the support, Tim. And we got another sponsor here, Nathan of Infinite Possible Pythons. What's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Strictly Strange Snakes, what's up? Thank you very much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. We got Sammy. What's up, dude? Thank you very much for tuning in, bro. Great to see you. Jamie, Rising Phoenix Reptiles. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. And we got Scott from Scooter Serpents. What's up, dude? Thank you very much for tuning in. All right, let's go ahead. Excuse me, I'm nasally stuff draining. It's just, this is whatever it is. It's relentless, folks. Let's go ahead and say thank you to the sponsors of this week's episode real quick, which you can see the sponsors all up here and here. Yeah, oh, right there. Yep. So definitely go and check them out. And you guys get to hear me have a little spiel here for a couple minutes yet. So Danny, if you're watching, dude, just kind of go smoke or something. We got Nathan of Infinite Possible Pythons. If you are interested in getting into the Bang project, Nathan is the guy to go to on that. We've got a slogan. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep promoting the slogan or not, but it is funny. And maybe later on in the show, we'll throw his slogan out that we've kind of dubbed for him. But definitely hit him up if you're interested in the Bang project. He's also working a bunch of other awesome ball python projects. And then to top it off, he's also got crested geckos, kahua geckos, leachianus geckos, scaleless corn snakes will be coming here shortly. And he's also your one-stop shop for all of your branding needs. So if you need those banners, the back, the beautiful backdrops, the awesome tablecloths, business cards, merch, Nathan is the guy to go to for all of that stuff. And let me tell you, folks, it is top-notch, top-quality stuff. You will not be disappointed at all. I know the tablecloth I got from him. I mean, it's got the things it's built like a tank. I mean, it's just heavy. It's amazing material, amazing quality as well. Like the images on it are crystal clear. It looks just beautiful. So definitely hit Nathan up if you need any of that stuff. Just hit Nathan up. We've also got my brother Chris at S Reptilia, which I just put another order in for some rats to get from him for this week. And Chris, I'm also going to need some, don't forget, like quail feathers, chick down, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I need some of that stuff. But anyway, Chris is your one-stop shop for basically whatever reptile you may want. If you want a ball python, a blood python, boa, colubrid, I know he does have some pine snakes that I think had just hatched. Some bull snakes, I do believe, as well, that just hatched. Like colors, folks. The one picture of his stuff that he showed, it looked like a freaking rainbow inside the tub. Like there's that many colors. It was absolutely amazing. It's hard to believe there was that many different colors that could come from one clutch. But definitely hit Chris up if you're interested in any of those species. Then on top of it, he's also a Pennsylvania rat breeder on the eastern side. So if you need rats on the eastern side of PA or close to it, hit Chris up. Just do not take the amount of rats that I need because Chris supplies me too. Dang it. Then on top of it, he is also the distributor for Cocoa to Go and the chipper, which is by far the best cocoa substrate on the market today. So hit Chris up. And if you're not in PA, hit Chris up anyway. He can probably get you a distributor local to you and get you guys linked up to start using Cocoa to Go or the chipper. So definitely hit him up. We got my brother John and Christine from Triforce Morse. They are the force to be reckoned with. I kind of dubbed that their slogan. I don't know if they like it or not. It works. It really does work. And if you would see the quality of their animals and the amount of options you have with their animals, you will see why I say that, because they've got just about a little bit of everything for everybody. Beautiful, beautiful animals. I actually just got into the lace project because of them. And let me tell you, folks, when you buy from Triforce Morse, sometimes you get some extra bonus stuff floating around in there as well, which, it's just that extra, that extra topping to the pie, basically. Definitely absolutely amazing animals. And they also have crested geckos as well. So definitely hit up John and Christine at Triforce Morse. And let me tell you, folks, like I said, top quality animals. You will not regret it. And don't forget Husbandry Pro. If you guys are not using Husbandry Pro, click the affiliate link in the description down below or scan this QR code, depending on what you're watching this thing on. And free 30-day trial of the best reptile record keeping and tracking software on the market today. And last but not least, Redline Shipping. Use Redline Shipping, folks. Use this code Robin60, 60% off of 2 shipments. You can't beat it. It's the best shipping company out there. Best prices from what I can see and what I've noticed. And best customer service as well. So definitely try Redline Shipping. All right, I'm done talking. That's it. We're done with the show. Good night, Shawn.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Oh God, I'm gonna die tonight. You guys watch. Uh, oh, my apologies, everybody. Frank, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Mitzi Ann, good to see you, girl. Thank you very much for tuning in. And seems like we don't see you as much in the chat as what we used to. You must be busy, busy, busy. But anyway, Shawn, give us a little bit of a rundown. Who are you? How you got into the whole hobby and industry? What made you decide to start breeding? All that good stuff.
All right. So, um, like a lot of people, I started kind of herping when I was a kid. We had a group of friends that would, during the summer, we'd run down into the woods and flip rocks and look for animals. And, this was central Pennsylvania, so it was a lot of garter snakes. You know, every now and then you'd come across like a cottonmouth or something, but mostly it was garter snakes. But we would keep them in a shoebox under the bed for a couple of days and then turn around and let them go. And we didn't know what we were doing, but we were having fun. It was, and then in Florida, in probably the early '90s, I got my first ball python, and it was pretty cool. I kept it in, back in the early '90s, there was no way to look up information. You just had to go off of whatever the pet store said when you picked it up. And so I had it in an aquarium and with a screen top and a heat lamp. And, and not that that's terrible, but I didn't have the time to take care of it at that point because we were a struggling family with kids and I was working all the time and my wife didn't want to take care of it. So I ended up giving it away. I had a couple of rat snakes here and there in Florida people would give me because they knew I liked snakes. So those were wild too, because wild rat snakes, they just want to bite everything that comes around them. So,
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, dude, they were they thought they were really ferocious. Um, and then I got rid of all that stuff. We didn't have any snakes for a while. We collected dogs for a while. We had at one point 7 dogs.
Holy crap!
Yeah, we were the family that if somebody wanted to get rid of a dog, they would call us up and they'd tell my wife, look, if you don't take it, we're taking it to the pound and putting it down. So obviously we would take the dog. And then we ended up with 7 of them. So, but they were all really cool dogs. Now we're down to 1 dog out of that original 7. But so back to the snakes. When the pandemic hit, I was, we shut down work for actually just ended up being like a month or two. And I was sitting around watching YouTube and, just trying to figure out what to do during the day, like most people were during the pandemic. And I started watching videos from Brian Barczyk and from Mutation Creation. And I started going down the rabbit hole. And I told Debbie, I said one day, I want to get a snake again. And she said, yeah, that's fine. Just know that you're taking care of it. I'm not going to do anything for it. So I said, all right, that's fine. So we went down to the pet store and I got my first, in a long time, I got my first ball python. And then I started checking out all the morphs. And I realized that most of these people making these things were doing it in their spare bedroom or in their basement. And I'm like, I could do that. Why couldn't I make that stuff? So I'm the kind of person that if I start getting into something, I'm in it 110%. Like I don't stop. And that's how it was with, when I decided to get into ball pythons, dude, I watched hours and hours and hours of videos and looked up information. I learned absolutely everything I could about breeding ball pythons. And I taught myself the genetics and all that stuff. So it was, yeah, it was a head dive into the hobby, and I don't regret it one bit.
No, dude, the community is freaking awesome. Like,
Oh, the community's I'll talk about the community. I mean, I have never met a better group of people than the reptile community by far. I mean, it is just such an awesome group of people. Um, it, it's really refreshing to see so many people that want to see you succeed. You know, they're
yes.
not trying to put you down. They're not trying to beat you at something. Everybody wants to help everybody else succeed. And I've never seen that before in a hobby. And it's just incredible.
Oh, it is. I mean, you've got your few jackasses.
Well, yeah, you always
But
will.
that's no matter what group you or community you work around, you're going to have that select group of just jackasses. But for like 98% are freaking awesome. Like, absolutely awesome. And I think we've probably got one of the best in our whole group chat. We've got a great little community, close knit.
It really is, man. The people in our little area are just incredible.
Yeah.
I feel really super lucky that I fell in with a group of, all you guys.
John's got nailed it right here. Bunch of misfits, and you found a good circle of friends.
That's it, man.
And that's the truth. There, we're like our whole little group. It's basically we're just a whole group of misfits that have fun.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about it. Everybody's got their own thing going,
Yeah. Hey, Nathan. Oh, Nathan, you're far from a jackass, bro. You're Nathan. You can be the ringleader of the jackasses. How's that? We'll let you be the ringleader. But no, like we've got a great group of guys in it, especially like in our close knit group. And truth be told, we've got a lot of thanks to thank this guy right here, Phil, for even bringing this whole group together like he did. Because
that breakfast at Shady Maple, man, that was awesome. That got everybody meeting everybody, and it just bloomed from there, man.
Dude, and like that was the one thing that that was the spark it took to ignite what everything has become after that. Yeah. I mean, you figure if it wouldn't have been for that breakfast, the first breeder barbecue never would have happened. The second breeder barbecue never would have happened. So,
yeah.
I mean, that was what sparked everything off. I don't know if Chris still would have been doing it or would have started his little his barbecue that he has. Well, let's see, what is that? February, March, April, and May. I think it was May. So we do need to do a dinner, dude. We really do. We said about doing that last year, and we just all never did. But no, I would love for us to do a dinner. It doesn't even have to be at Shady Maple. It can be wherever. But Shady Maple prime rib nights are top notch. Yes, everybody, hit that thumbs up, please. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I was gonna say something. Completely blanked out there. Not gonna lie. Oh. With you saying about flipping stuff, looking for snakes and everything, it made me think of the other day at work. I was in my skid loader, and we were on a job site, and my one coworker was throwing stuff in my skid loader bucket. It was a day I felt like total trash. The only reason I came into work that day was because if I wouldn't have come in, like we only would have had one whole crew was already shut down because they were on vacation. So if I wouldn't have come in, that would have shut a whole nother crew down, which would have been like a stake to the heart, basically. So I came in, I was half dead to the world, and I was told all I gotta do is stay in the skid loader, let everybody else do the work. You just stay in the skid loader and do what you gotta do in the skid loader. So, okay, I can do that. Guy was flipping up, picking up cardboard boxes, wood, everything, throwing in my skid loader bucket. And he picked up this huge cardboard box. It looked like it'd been laying there for probably almost a year. I mean, the thing was just smashed and wet and just nasty looking. He threw it in my bucket. And when he picked it up, I thought, I was like, that'd be the perfect thing for a snake to be under. And he picked it up, threw it in the bucket. He started walking off. And what do I see? But I see this little snake like crawling at his feet. And I sat there and like it didn't dawn on me at first what I was watching. But then I thought it's like, well, hell, this is what people are so darn afraid of when they think that snakes are chasing them. The
Right,
snake
right.
wasn't chasing him; it was trying to crawl up his leg, thinking it was a tree or something. The tree kept moving. He's like, "Damn it, stop!" So the guy walked up to where there was another old rusted skid loader bucket sitting, and the snake went and crawled into the corner of that. And I stopped the skid loader and hopped out, and the guy goes, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Dude, I was like, didn't you see the snake that was at your feet?" He goes, "What?" He like jumped back like 5 feet. It's freaking hilarious. I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "You had this snake like trying to crawl up your leg because you took his home away." And so he goes, "Well, what is it?" I was like, "Yeah, it looks like a baby black rat snake." And he goes, "Well, what are you gonna do?" I was like, "Well, I'm gonna pick it up and put it on the other side of this chain link fence." He goes, "Well, what if it bites you?" You go, "Well, won't that hurt?" It's like, dude, it's a black rat snake. Like, it's not a king cobra here, dude. And like, the guy was like half spazzing out. And I got the thing. It's like, you know what? It's like, I don't have any like good way to wash my hands afterwards. So just found a nice stick, got it up underneath these coils because I really did not feel like getting,
Yeah.
sprayed on, pooped on, peed, any of that crap.
Yep. Yep.
Just because I didn't have any good way to wash my hands. So he found the stick, looped it up through his coils. He was chill, dude, like completely freaking chill. Like no
That's awesome.
striking at all. He was partially in shed, so I even expected, a little bit more defensiveness out of him.
Sure.
But I picked him up, sat him over along the chain link fence, and he went on his merry way. And this dude, like all the whole rest of the time, like we were maybe around that area for the next 5-10 minutes, he would not stop looking along the chain link fence, thinking that thing was going to come back after him. It's freaking absolutely hilarious. Yeah, so now I know why people think snakes chase them. It's probably just because they're trying to find, and they think it's a tree that they're going to climb up and get away. Everybody.
Right, right. Well, it's like, so like I said earlier, I had the indigos out today because I was cleaning the enclosures, and they're still kind of skittish. They're still trying to get away. But what they'll actually do, they're not afraid of me because they'll turn around and try and come back up on my arm because they think that that's a viable route to get away.
Yeah,
So if you didn't know that, it would probably seem like, oh my God, this thing's coming after me. But it really is just like there's nothing in front of it, so it can turn around and come back on me and use me to try and go hide somewhere.
yep. I say snakes love. We are their little jungle gyms and perches.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Jeff and Angie of Celtic Balls. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I cannot wait to get my little guy from you. I made my selection out of their one acid clutch, and I'm super excited to get him once he's ready. Uh, Absolutely gorgeous animal. Everybody, if you are interested in getting into the acid stuff, hit up Jeff and Angie because they had a killer clutch. I think they've got 2 more clutches on the way as well. Uh, One, I don't know the hatch dates for them, but definitely their male acid combo produces some killer stuff. So definitely go ahead and hit them up on that one. Eric, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Brotherhood Exotic Morse, Mark, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Tammy, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. So, give us a little bit of rundown on how big's your collection, Shawn, and you could break it down into ball pythons and then the other stuff as well if you want to break it
So,
down.
as far as ball pythons, not counting, let's say not counting hatchlings, um, I'm probably at about 50 to 55 adults and grow ups. Um, and then probably another, well, at this point, with that clutch that I just hatched out, I'm probably at about 25 to 30 hatchlings.
Okay.
So I did, let's see, I did 3, 4, 5, 6 pairings last year, this season. that's just finishing up. And I got 3 clutches out of them. Um, I have another 2 that may go. I have one that looks like she's starting to kind of nest. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if they do, they do. If not, I'm kind of what I'm going to do now is I stopped pairing, and I'm just going to hold off until fall, and then I'm going to hit it again really hard.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well, did
really.
you try palpating the ones that you think may go at
I
all,
have
or
tried that, and I'm just not that good at it, to be honest with you. I've
okay?
tried it a few times, and I can't tell, man. It's like I think that they are, but the ones that I thought were didn't do anything. So maybe they reabsorb. I don't know, but and that's definitely something I got to get better at. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm personally working on getting better at, and that's one of them. So I
It,
want
it's a
to.
skill that takes practice. That's for darn
Sure,
sure.
sure. I want to go a few years before I get an ultrasound because I feel like I need to learn the basics before I get an ultrasound and just start. Because I know once I ultrasound, I'm not going to ever go back to palpating or anything like that.
Well, see, even though I have the ultrasound, I still palpate.
Do you?
Um, and like one, I think it's just a valuable skill to not lose. But also, I've been trying to get myself to where I can palpate and get to smaller, like start feeling the smaller and smaller follicles. Excuse me, everybody. Um, if I like right now, I've been able to feel if it's about like the size of a dime, I can start feeling them just because it feels too repetitive to be anything other than follicles because it feels like basically like it's like there's rumble strips like bump 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 bump.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Um, and one thing that I was told to even try doing as well is palpate a male and see what you feel with that, and then go and palpate a female,
Okay.
and you'll start to feel the differences inside, and it'll that's kind of how I taught myself in all honesty.
That's a good idea.
Um, I mean, it teaches you to feel those differences. But I will say the ultrasound was by far the best investment ever. Uh, I have a lot of you guys in the chat that's did the super chats and just donated money towards helping me get the ultrasound. So I have a lot of thanks to all of you because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have had a carpet python clutch this season. So there's a bunch of people in the chat, and Shawn here is one of them. Him and his wife Debbie, they got one of the carpet babies, so I'm sure that they're thankful as well that that clutch did come to be. But also the other thing is, if it wouldn't have been for that dude, like I gave up on my Orange Dream Exanthic girl for this season, and I threw the ultrasound on her couple, I'm gonna say like a month, 2 months ago, something like that, and she was growing follicles. So I'm looking at where I might have an eighth clutch yet this year. I mean, it's gonna be I'm thinking she's roughly at like 26 to 28 in that neighborhood follicle size. So I'm thinking it would be, let's see, this is August, at least probably late September till she would maybe ovulate. September, Octoberish. So you're looking at what, December clutch basically. So I mean, if it gets me another Xanthic clutch, hey, I'm all for it.
No, you
But
know what? I definitely see absolutely 100% that it's worth the investment just to be able to pinpoint the perfect time to pair. Uh,
yes,
and I feel like you're really saving a lot of unnecessary pairings, where you're just throwing your mail in there and crossing your fingers. And I could completely understand it. And that's why I say I definitely will at some point get that just so I could start pinpointing when I want to put my mails in. But for right now, I feel like it's kind of important to learn the basics.
it is. Oh yeah, 100%, dude. Well, dumb question. How far away from my house are you?
Oh, I think it took us a little over an hour to get there, something like that.
One of these weekends, if you want, why don't we? If you want to do an ultrasound thing, let me know, and I'll drive up and we can ultrasound some of your girls if you want to do that. If you want to wait till closer to the next breeding season and do it then, we can do that too. I have no problem
Yeah, no, and I don't
doing
know.
that.
Do you usually go to Chris's to pick up your rats?
Normally I do, yeah.
So I'm not that far from Chris. I'm like 40 minutes from Chris, 30, 40
Oh,
minutes.
okay.
So maybe we can coordinate one time on your trip to pick up rats. You could stop over.
I say
You know,
I'll be actually going out to Nathan's late September.
yeah.
So if you even want me to swing by, leave a little early, I can swing by and ultrasound quick and then finish heading my way down there then too.
Yeah, we could talk about it for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Even if you want to just stop by and hang out for a couple minutes, see
Yeah.
what's going on. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. No, we'll
I've got
set
an open
something up.
invitation to anybody that wants to stop by and, check out stuff. I don't, Phil and Chris, and I told all them guys, yeah, I don't care. Just hit me up and we'll coordinate a time.
Look, I do want to say, Kano, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Julie, what's up? Thanks for tuning
Hi,
in. Look at
Julie.
this guy. Look at this
What's
guy
up, Chris?
freaking sneaking in here, acting like he doesn't know who he is. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
He's just sitting in the shadows waiting for his name.
I was gonna say normally he pops up right about the time you start doing his sponsor ad, but I guess he's running a little behind schedule tonight. Cano said, "I know. That's not Canoe, is it? No. How the hell do you? All right, that's throwing me for a loop, dude. I'm telling you, I'm just that out of it. It's Katie. Katie.
Oh, it's my daughter.
Oh, all right. Well, she should be able to come over anytime
She
if she wants.
does. She does. She comes over.
Phil says I need to. I got a gift for your carpet python. Oh shit! There you go. All right, Phil.
Yeah, just hit me up, Phil.
Phil, is yours getting ready to go into shed? Because Shawn and I were talking backstage, and theirs is getting ready to go into shed. A few of my two holdbacks are starting to get into that shed look as well. Oh, there's Debbie giving the permission to stop over. That's so nice of you, Debbie. I'm so glad you want to see your children. I know if I say, "Hey, Dad, I'm stopping over," he's piping. Oh God, you have to hear
The
about
first thing is,
snakes.
I'm not home. Wait,
Yeah.
when are you coming over? I'm not
Well,
home.
anytime I go over, it's like am I going to be put to work type of deal. Like he called
Okay.
me up yesterday, and I thought he was just calling to see how I was doing or whatever. No, that would have been too nice and too easy. He goes, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow?" I was like, "Well, I don't know why." It's like that's my normal day to do all my snake stuff. He goes, "Oh, well, I got a tree. I didn't want you to help me cut up." It's like I can't do that.
There it is.
It's like it's Sunday.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, that's my day to get everything done. Like Sundays are like basically off limits. Sundays are booked completely no matter what. And so he's like, "Oh, well, I'll have to get you another time to help me do something else." I say, "Okay, all right, we'll make it." It's like, you just give me a couple weeks heads up so that way I can plan things out. Phil said she shed out a week ago. Oh, wow. Okay. Been feeding rat pups every 8 to 10 days.
Yeah, I got mine on rat pups as
pups,
well.
dude?
Really tiny rat pups.
I was gonna say I could probably up mine to like small rat pups, like super super small rat pups.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm giving her are really small.
Okay. Okay, rat pinks. All right, that makes okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, holy crap, Phil! Like, did you get like the bruiser of the group or something? Holy crap! Brotherhood Exotic, Mark. Thanks for stopping by. Great to see you. Garden State Pythons, Pete. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. So, how many clutches have you had so far this year, Shawn? Like, is that 3 you've hatched out so far, or just 3 you're planning on having this season?
So I hatched my third clutch. Just hatched a couple days ago. That was the Coral Glow clutch.
Okay.
So I had 3. I kind of wrote the season off at 3, but then, like I said, I just found one of my girls is starting to look like she's nesting. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll see. I mean, I'm happy with whatever I got, dude. I'm not trying to mass produce shit. I'm just having fun, really.
And so having fun making kick-ass stuff.
Yeah, that's it, man. And most of the stuff that I'm making some stuff to vend with, some inventory to vend with, but most of the stuff I'm making, I'm just trying to make some holdback stuff.
Oh, see, and that's like, I mean, in my like, you've got to make some stuff to help pay for the other, like pay for feeding up the collection, all that stuff. I mean, that's just kind of a
Yep.
given.
Yeah, for sure.
But you definitely got to remember to hold stuff back as well to keep, progressing your projects and everything forward.
Yeah, that's it. It's like I'm really trying to be careful on my holdback stuff because once you let it go, you can't get it back. And
Yep.
then if you want to get into that, if you want to get more, you got to go out and buy it. And it's always a better feeling about, there's a debate on, do I hold back my stuff and grow it out, or do I sell everything and buy something that's a little bit older that I don't have to wait the entire 2 years to breed? Or, at this point right now, I feel like it's more important to me to hold stuff back.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll change my mind at some point, and I have no problem with somebody who does it the other way. I completely understand, but I feel better seeing my babies grow up, and that may
Yep.
just be because I'm new to it and everything.
And now, see, I enjoy seeing it because it allows me to. All right, it started out as this, and 2 3 years later, this is what it now looks like. So when you just make it the same thing again, you sell it to a customer, you can be like, look, it's starting out like this, but it should end up looking like this. That way,
Yeah,
they
for sure.
because let's face it, ball pythons when they hatch out, that's the best that snake's ever going to look
That's the
normally.
truth. Yep,
You
yep,
do have this select few that depending on the genes, they look better, but for the most part, the day that snake hatches, that's the best it's ever going to look.
yep.
Just like my GHI Mojave Banana girl that I hatched 3 years ago. Yeah, that was our first season 3 years ago. Um, I did the repeat pairing this year, and we hit another one. Now, I will say this: the one I held back from the first year, I'm glad I held her back because she looks better than this one, just as far as the dorsal pattern goes. This one doesn't have the flamey look like the one we held back our first season, but this one's still a freaking stunning looking snake. But now, if someone were to buy her or buy whatever it is, I'd be just cut the clutch. But
Right.
I can say, hey, here's a picture of an all but 3-year-old. This is what you're looking at that this thing's going to look like possibly. So, it'll that's me help. Just feel. Sometimes I feel like people get these bright, brilliant looking snakes, and then when they get older, it's like, well, I spent all that money, and this thing turned out to be a brown snake anyway.
See, that's when you get hooked, and you're like, oh wait, I can make more that look like that one when I first got it, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden now you're breeding snakes.
yeah. I think that's really the only downfall to ball pythons, and it's a matter of just getting the right genes to stack together and everything. But it's that whole, trying to make them look better or just as good as they were as hatchlings, and
Yeah.
trying to eliminate that whole massive browning out, making them looking more, them just not looking as brilliant and vibrant as adults as what they were as babies and all that stuff. That's why I love carpets. Baby carpets, that's the worst that snake's ever going to look is when it comes out of that egg. That's when they come out, everybody. They look cool. Don't get me wrong. They still look badass. They're a badass little snake. But that is the worst that snake is ever gonna look. They're only gonna get better as they get older. So that's one big thing why I love the carpets. What's up, goofballs? Thanks for tuning in. So, what other species are you working with, Shawn? Because you don't have just ball pythons.
Yeah. So I just started off with ball pythons, and I got a decent amount. I don't know. I was probably at 10 to 12 ball pythons, I guess, at the time. And there was a new reptile store that opened up in Allentown. And me and my wife went up there one day to check it out. And it's just super weird how it worked out. We're walking around looking at everything, and they got all kinds of stuff. They have a lot of different lizards. They have a lot of ball pythons. The guy who owns the reptile shop breeds ball pythons, so he's got a lot of different morphs and stuff, and he's actually not too bad price wise. But as we're walking out, we picked up some supplies, and as we're walking out, I look over and there's an aquarium on the rack, and it has a file snake on it. And I stopped Debbie, and I'm like, "Oh wow, file snake! Those are so cool. I've always wanted to see one in person." And the guy's there. He's like, "Yeah, I get it out for you and check it out." And he got it out, and it was really docile and it's crawling all over. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool. Maybe someday I'll get one of those." And then he goes, "We got babies." And I'm like, "What?" So they had 5 baby file snakes. They had 2.3, 2 males, 3 females. So we got, what did we get? A male and a female, right?
Mm.
We got 1.1.
Ooh.
I'm like,
Now,
I
can you show
can't
these things
leave
off?
the store without buying these. What's that?
Can you show them off once, or at least just one of them? For
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
that's listening?
I grab them. So I get 1.1. And I think, oh, okay, this would be a really cool project, right? I leave with 1.1, and we're halfway home. And this was a weekend, right? And yeah, get the bottom one, please.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway home, I get a call from my boss, and my boss is a family friend. He's been a friend for years, and he's an enabler. So he helps me buy things, right? So he calls me up, and we're halfway home from Allentown, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "We just stopped and I picked up a pair of snakes." And I like, it'd be cool if I had them all 5 of them, because that would be a really cool project, because there's a couple of people, but not very many people are dealing with West African file snakes in the United States, especially captive born and bred. And that's what these were. So I was like, eventually maybe I'll go back and get them. He's like, "Just go back and get them now. I'll help you out. I'll loan you the money, whatever. You just go back and pick them up." So I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, you just go get them." So I ended up with all of them. I went back and I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to buy the rest of them." He's like, "Let me call the shop owner, make sure he's okay with that." I'm like, "Well, he wouldn't have them up for sale if he wasn't, but okay, whatever, that's fine." So that was cool. I brought home 5 file snakes.
Jeez.
And to make a long story short, I have 1.1 left. They did not, 3 of them did not want to eat from me no matter what. I tried different things. I tried force feeding them. Dude, it broke my heart, man. I lost one right away. I lost another one maybe a month later. I had one that I assist fed for over 2 months, and it still died on me. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. But at the same time, I had 2 out of that whole group that never missed a meal. I mean, just never didn't eat something that I put in there. So I didn't feel like it was the husbandry. I didn't feel like I had temperatures wrong or conditions wrong or anything. I just had 2 that would absolutely anything, and the other 3 wouldn't eat no matter what I did for them. So hang on one second, let me grab.
All right, I'll put you up on the big screen a while. What up, Greg? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Good to see you. Let's see here. Who else? Did anybody else sneak in? I didn't say hi to. No, I think we're all caught up. Everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. Please, 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 please hit that like button. Oh, they got some size to them, dude.
Yeah, this one got pretty good size. See, they're still kind of, but they're definitely really cool, man.
Bring them up a little bit higher yet, Shawn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get them to chill a little bit.
See, I expected their heads to be a little bit more pointier than that, but they're just
No,
the shape of their body is why they get the file name.
Yeah, because they're it's like I'm trying to show you. It's kind of like a triangle.
Yeah.
So it's like a triangle file, and their scales are very keeled.
Okay. Dude, they're weird. Look, like weird in a cool way. Man. Very flighty little suckers, though.
Yeah, and they'll calm down after a while. Like after I get them out and handling them for a little while. These guys are nocturnal, so they don't like being out during the day. They're mostly sitting in their hides. So I keep a regular hide and a humid hide in there for them.
So now what do they eat? Is it just mice and stuff?
So this, yeah, mice. They're going to be on mice all their lives, basically. This guy now is up to, I just got him on his first hopper.
Okay.
The other one's a little bit smaller, so she's still eating fuzzies. But yeah, you can see he's getting pretty big.
Dude, I gotta say, that's a pretty cool looking animal right there.
Yeah. So my original intention, not just breeding these, but a lot of these things I'm dealing with are animals that I want to take to shows and just kind of have on display to let people see different things, not just ball pythons and bearded dragons, So yeah, this is definitely one of the ones that I'm going to keep on display at the tables.
Everybody, I hope when I hit the mute mic button, it actually works. I don't think you guys want to hear me hacking up my lungs. So let me know in the chat right now if when you guys looks like it, you see me talking, or hacking, I should say. Is it actually muted? Or I guess, Shawn, you can tell me. Have you been hearing me cough when I hit?
So it seems like I think the mute's probably working.
Okay, all right.
I'll let you know, but
I see there's a few times I didn't mute it, but when I feel a big one coming,
yeah,
I try to mute it. Just
it seems like it's working.
Okay, awesome. Everybody, if you are just tuning in, I'm half-ass sick. Got a nasty cough, throat's all goofed up, so it's why I sound like crap, and it's also why I'm hacking my lungs up. Greg, your baby did not eat last night, so I've got 2 more tricks I'm going to try, and then we're going to do an assist feed on it. Chris is bringing me some chick down or quail feathers or whatever. He's bringing me bird feathers of some sort on Saturday to Carpet Fest. So that's going to be the last resort. Tomorrow, hopefully I can get home from work in time. And I'm going to be going to the pet shop. I'm going to get a rat pinky and see if that works by chance. And if, like I said, if that doesn't, we're going to try the chick down. And if that doesn't work, then I'm just going to assist feed like a rat tail or a part of a rat tail. So fingers crossed, dude. Like this is what baffles me. All these babies from that carpet club have been phenomenal eaters. There was one that was a little bit slower start. It started eating 2 weeks ago, and it's, it doesn't take it off the tongs yet. But if you do, well, that's a lot. It does take it off the tongue, off of the tongs now. But you have to just let it kind of nuzzle up to the mouse fuzzy, and it just kind of chomps down on it, and then just starts eating it. Like these, I think these carpet pythons are slightly defective in the fact that they don't realize they're a carpet python, and they're very gentle eaters. Where carpets are known for their super high end. I'm gonna say they're high end food response, and apparently these babies are just very mellow. They're just kind of like, okay, yeah, there's food, let's just chomp down on it. But they're not super, food aggressive. Now, a few of them, they do, you get the fuzzy in there and they come flying out of their hides and they strike and coil really quick. There's been a few of them too that just kind of come out and nuzzle the prey, chomp down, and they just start eating it really gentle. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, everybody, hit that thumbs up. Justin, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate you pointing that out. Everybody, hit that thumbs up. Get those likes up. Blue Zombie, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Well, let's talk about the indigos once, Shawn, because I don't know what I'm assuming that's probably what you're working on getting.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
These guys got huge fast. And they're runners. They will give you a workout.
Oh, I bet. He's not slowing down at all there yet.
No.
Now Phil's happy. I'm not going to lie. I thought indigos were more like black.
So there's different types of indigos. You're probably thinking of the Eastern indigo.
Okay.
Which is found mostly in Florida and southern Louisiana, southern Alabama. These are Texas indigos. So these are found. He's got his little. She's puffing her head out. They like to puff out, like right behind their neck.
Oh, okay. Kind of do like a cobra display.
Yeah. It kind of makes them look tough. There she goes. She's chilling out a little bit now. Man, it's hard getting used to this camera. So anyhow, Texas indigos are found in southern Texas and down into Mexico. And then you have Mexican indigos that are a lot more black, kind of like the Easterns, but they have a lot of red under their chin or red tails yeah, these guys are kind of more of a brownish, and they have some kind of white striping on them, you'll see.
Yeah, it kind of gives them that, like a cobra look.
So they call that modeling. Texas indigos have more modeling in them. A lot of the other indigos will have that as babies, but then they all turn black. Okay. These guys maintain it pretty much throughout their lives. But I love their faces. I mean, look at that face. Yeah, these guys grow quick, man.
And they're supposed to be super intelligent from what I've
been told. They are. It's hard to realize how smart they are. See, like she'll just come right back at me. But she's not doing it aggressively. She's just trying to figure out the best place for her to go.
Yeah. And she's even calming down just in the short time you've had her out, too.
Yeah, but then what she'll do is she'll calm down and try and get me to relax. And then once she senses that I'm relaxed, she'll start taking off again. That's how smart they are.
See, I think that's one of the things that draws me to so many other species is the fact of the thought process within the head.
Yeah.
Like ball pythons are beautiful. They're cool because there's so many morphs, but there's not much of like the lights are on, but nobody's home.
But
so carpet, indigos, that too. Kind of stuff they're thinking.
One of their defensive mechanisms is they'll take their tail and vibrate it really fast. And then when they're in the wild, it's vibrating against the leaves and making it sound like a rattlesnake.
Okay. So they kind of do that like, is it pine snakes, bull snakes? One of the two do that.
Yeah.
Phil says they look so mean already.
They're so docile, though. They're a little sketchy because they want to run. See how now she just took off.
Oh, so yeah, now she's like, all right, he relaxed too much. I'm good to go now.
Yeah, exactly. But they have never even struck at me once.
Okay. Malaysia, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, man. Chris from Balls Deep, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Good to see you. Now, what are you feeding them? Because indigos are known to be basically like a really good disposal unit for, stillborn baby snakes, that type of deal.
Yeah, so they'll eat. Can you give me that lid? Because she's gonna hang on 1 second. They'll eat a lot of different things. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get her put away.
Debbie said that one does the tail rattle all the time, anytime she walks near the enclosure, but she's good with you.
She does. And she huffs and puffs too. She was just huffing and puffing at me.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'll get that. Don't worry about it. So they can have a very diverse diet. You want to try? You know what? I forgot to put the vines back in there. It's all right. That's fine. I'll deal with it. Thank you. Right now, I'm basically just giving her rats. Both of them. I'm giving them rats. I want to start giving them more fish. I want to start giving them quail. They're getting to the size where they can handle a lot more than just rats. So
Okay.
right now they're getting 2 weaned or two pups or a weaned about every week to 10 days.
Okay. So that's because I would imagine you have to feed them more often, kind of like you would, like say, a king snake or something, just because they're more active.
Yeah, they're colubrids, so their metabolism is a lot higher than a ball python. So once you feed them, you can count on them passing that within 2 to 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Whereas
Wow.
with a ball python, it could take a week, 10
It
days
takes a while.
before. But these guys, no, these guys will mess up your enclosure real fast.
This year has been one of those eye openers to. I need to get a snake that just solely for the purpose of eating bad babies, stillborns, deformed stuff, that type of thing. I had one of those happen this year, which you guys are all get to see that coming up because that video didn't drop yet. But yeah, I had him, or maybe wait, no, I think I just edited that. Yeah, no, I just edited that video. So that video is here due to drop, but yeah, I had a massive deformed baby thing, looked like a freaking pretzel. Just terrible looking. But it was kind of the eye opener. It's like, okay, we got to get something now in the collection that just solely its sole purpose. I mean, obviously I'll feed it other crap, but its sole purpose, the reason behind getting it is that disposal unit, basically. Just that way, it doesn't seem like the babies are being wasted, and I don't like things to go to waste. I'm not a wasteful person, or I try not to.
So there's 2 thoughts, I guess. I want to be able to use my indigos to possibly, deal with any stillborns or something like that. But at the same time, when you pair these guys, you got to be very careful because their tendency is to get kind of violent during pairing. And
Okay.
I know you've talked to Mike with Scattershot
Yeah,
pairing his Cribos.
his Cribos.
And these are dry markon as well. So you got to when you put them together, you got to watch them because they will get violent. And I don't know if feeding it snakes will lend it to do that more, or if it doesn't really matter, or you know what I mean. So I'm kind of hesitant, but at the same time, maybe I just am worrying about something for nothing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're in the wild, they're going to eat other snakes.
Yeah,
and they still have to procreate in the wild, but then
as keepers and breeders, we're always trying to minimize any bad that could happen throughout the
Yes.
breeding process. That's why we cut eggs. That's why we incubate. We're trying to minimize anything that nature would just wipe out.
Yeah. Which I actually just had another freaking experience with an umbilical cord around the neck of around the head of a snake again.
That's what I just
Corrected
dealt with that
one.
with my coral glow clutch. We were sitting
Yep.
there cutting, and I'm kind of looking over them, and I'm like, wait a minute, that umbilical cord's wrapped around its neck. So I sat there and cut the egg open a little wider and tried to, and it's always funny with you try and coax the snake to go one way and it just goes the opposite way. Like I'm trying to back its head out and it just starts taking, and I'm like, dude, come on, help me here.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to help you. Just help me help you. Just help me help you, damn it. So now, are you planning on breeding the indigos and everything? Or if you are, like, what's your timeline on that one? How long will it be until they're ready to rock and roll?
Okay, so I'll take you back to when I first got them. I have always wanted, like most people, I've always wanted indigos. And I guess Debbie was on Craigslist or something and found an ad for a dude that just hatched out a clutch of Texas indigos.
Okay.
And she sent it to me because she knew I was looking for him. And the guy was in the same city that I work in Willow Grove.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, this is like too coincidental, right? So I started talking to him and I ended up buying a pair because a lot of times with these kind of things, people won't sell you a female by itself. If you want a female, you have to buy a male with it. And it's just so that they don't end up with a pile of males in the end,
Makes sense.
So you can buy a single male or you can buy a pair. So I ended up buying a pair. And I was kind of fresh into it. I didn't know a whole lot about it, but I bought the pair. And I found out, okay, well, you're not supposed to line breed these guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You should definitely have unrelated pairs.
No, what's the reasoning behind that?
I think it's mostly just to keep the bloodlines pure, just to not perpetuate any genetic issues that would happen. Not to kind of keep the issues away because there's so few out there being bred and being handled. So so I said, that's fine. You know what? That's okay. We'll end up getting something else to go along with this. So just so happened, and I kept these. I'm breeding. I'm raising them, and I'm really enjoying them too. Not just for the breeding aspect, but man, these are so fun to handle. But anyhow, Black Pearl, a couple of months ago, opened up their waiting list for Texas indigos again. So I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm spending more money. So I called him up I messaged him, I emailed him, and got on the waiting list. I sent a deposit and got on the waiting list, and I got an unrelated pair coming probably November, I'm guessing.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that it's probably going to be at least 2 to 3 years before I'm ready to breed. I want to give them plenty of time. I don't want to rush them whatsoever. Give them their time and let them grow up, let them get to size. And at the same time, I want to learn more about them and, just kind of observe them a little more. But I'm super excited, man. I'm really excited about breeding them.
See, it blows my mind that you're basically forced to buy a pair, even though the pair won't work with one another.
Yeah.
I get the logic behind it, but the same token, that's just like
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
how it's
point
done.
to
It's
it.
like, I guess if you bought a pair from this guy, and then maybe you bought a pair from somebody else, now you have two breeding pairs, or you could, you know, buy the pair, get rid of the male, and then pick up a male from somebody else at some point. You could do all that, but
That's
we could have done that too. It's just I figured, if I could have one breeding pair, why wouldn't I want to have two?
oh yeah, no, I get that. It's just imagine if we did that with ball pythons.
Yeah. Oh, that would cripple the. I mean, it would be great because it would drive the value of recessives through the roof.
Oh, it would.
Like double and triple recessive, because you couldn't line breed. Imagine you couldn't line breed double or triple recessive stuff. You know that would make the value of those things go through the roof.
It would. Sorry, I hear Hadley crying. Kara must have told her that she can't come down or something. Dude, it's been like if I go to do anything away from her, like she's basically been my shadow all weekend. I couldn't even go to the bathroom without her coming with me. It's just like, oh, come on. I just need like 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes alone. 10 minutes. It's all I ask. But God love her. She's my little princess. Good grief, she's having a meltdown.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully, I don't know if that's coming through, but yeah, she's having a meltdown up there. So, if you guys hear thumping, crying, that's Hadley. My apologies, everybody. We had a few people hop in here quick. I want to say hi to Kike. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Ken, what's up, dude? Thank you very much for tuning in. Excuse me. We got Holly from Texoma. What's up, girl? I was just talking about our live stream last night. There a little bit in the beginning. Thank you very much for putting me on the panel. I greatly appreciate the opportunity. I think that might catch us up, possibly. Yeah, it catches us up, I think. If I didn't say hi to somebody, I apologize. Like I said, I'm not quite feeling the greatest, but the show must go on. So, what are some, like, you've got 3 clutches this year. What were the pairings of those clutches? And then do you have any babies that are available you want to show off by chance?
So, okay, yeah. Well, let me start real quick with last year. So last year was the first year that I hatched out anything, and I had 2 clutches. So I had a pastel lesser to a lesser clown. Ended up with 1 bell, some lessers, and some normals, all het clown. I'm keeping the super lesser, and everything else is available. And then I had a cinnamon het candy girl to my candy het pied boy. I ended up with no visual candies at all, which was kind of a bummer.
I bet.
Yeah, and it made me question whether or not that she was actually het candy. So I ended up with a couple cinnamon and 3 normals, all 100% het candy posset pod. So I sent her shed off to Charlie when he first started doing sheds, and he came back and said, nope, she definitely is het candy. So I missed, and that happens. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that was my 2 clutches from last year, and then this year, my first clutch was a black pastel 100% het pied mom to my candy het pied boy.
Okay.
And that was the one I ended up with 3 black pastel pied het candies. couple black pastel, het candy, posset pieds, and then a normal. I'll show you one of those babies.
I'll put you up here on the big screen.
So what's interesting is I had 3 black pastel pied 100% het candies. Okay. Oops. And out of all 3 of them, one had 2 body spots, one had 1, and one had none. So I got quite a variety. But this
That's
is
really
the one
cool.
too. But you can see, look at those saddles. They're just really
dark.
cool. Yeah. So my plan was, hopefully I had some females and males so I could put together and hopefully make next, or in a couple of years, hopefully make candy panda pieds.
Oh, okay.
But it seems like these are all females. So that's a bad problem to have, or a good problem to have, I guess.
Oh, so yeah, that's a good problem to have, because you should be able to pick the male up, especially in the way the market is right now. You should pick a male up at a pretty decent price.
But yeah, this thing is just adorable. And then she's got
Chris is gonna want.
Get the little spot on her tail.
Goes white again. That's beautiful.
That's that one.
Now, so you have Sal Gomez's shirt on. Is that who you got your candy stuff from originally, or who?
That is. That's I got my male. So this is the one spot. She's getting a little feisty. So she's got a little spot on her tail too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's who I got my candy het pied male from. He was a breeder when I got him. And then I also got a pastel het candy pos het pied girl from him last year or the year before. No, I guess it was last year.
Okay.
But she's getting to the point where she's just getting ready. She's probably at like 1,200 grams, 1,300 grams. So she's getting pretty close to being ready.
So she's probably, depending on how old is she? Like 2 years old?
She's probably close to that. Yeah.
She's probably, I bet you threw an ultrasound on her. She's probably got something there.
Might
not be big, but she's probably got something.
Yeah. She's got some good size to her.
Oh yeah, she does. She got some nice size.
Yeah, so she should be ready to go pretty soon. So this will be my first shot at candy pieds if she proves out pied.
Okay.
So let me show you real quick the male that I got from Sal.
Everybody, if anybody in the chat has any questions for Shawn, feel free to drop them there, and we'll get there to answering them. You guys drop them.
That's my big candy boy.
Okay. Very pretty.
Yeah, I fell in love with candy right away. Like back when I first started checking out different morphs and stuff, I just fell in love with candy.
Now, what is it about candy out of all the other albinism genes that drew you to it?
So I like the different purples and the different shades of yellow. Like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like different shades of yellow, and like there's a real light and then a darker yellow. And then the purples, you can just get that so much darker by adding different stuff to it, different darker genes. That's why I'm adding like the black pastel to it. I have a GHI het candy that I'm working with. It's gonna give me some nice dark stuff.
I'm surprised nobody in the chat here, especially with a bunch of the group here in the chat, didn't make the smart ass comment. So I'm going to beat them all to it. But you bring up about seeing the different shades and stuff, Shawn. I'm freaking partially colorblind, dude. Do you really think I can see it?
I was saying that for the benefit of the chat. I already know that you couldn't see it.
I'm actually surprised none of these guys like took that opportunity to chop me down on that one a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, yeah, especially like either of the Chris's or Nathan. Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't throw anything out there. Nathan says candy for the win. Chris says candy is so nice. Mitzi says beautiful. And Chris here says, I want to see the babies he's got for me.
Okay. I'll show you that because that's one of my favorites. Hang on.
Nathan says, show brown snakes and Jeremy will get excited. Nathan.
All right. So here's one of the ones I got from Chris Sorrentino.
Oh, look at that.
So this is ODYB pastel calico het hypo.
Okay.
But look at those sides, man. Look at that.
Dude, that's a beautiful snake. I have to laugh though at the pastel part.
Yeah,
Chris
I know.
is known as the pastel king.
As much as he hates on having pastel in his collection, he makes some really pretty snakes with it.
Well, I think almost every snake he has pastel in it, but yet the man says he doesn't like pastel. I think he's just kind of, he's just trying to hop on the hate train, but secretly, he's like a in the closet pastel lover.
Yeah, look at that calico coming through there, though. That is just
dude.
Insane.
That's a really. I do have to say, I got a vanilla Calibi from Nathan there at Infinite Possible, and dude, like I'm excited to get the calico stuff into my Xanthic projects just because of what it. Just look at that, folks. I mean, that thing's beautiful. Picture
calico
that thing.
Is so underrated, dude. I love calico. One of my projects that I really want to get it done is pastel calico pieds. They really look cool.
Yeah. Kai says he's digging the calico combos. Kike, I just found out I have problems seeing the big difference glasses do.
All right, and for Nathan, I'll show you what I got from Nathan.
Oh, all right.
So this is a pastel tiger.
I knew you were going to say tiger because I think I remember when you got this.
Yeah, 100% VPI Posset pied.
Dude, is that male or female?
This is a female.
Okay. Dude, I got to tell you, I mean, I didn't know, I never heard of Tiger until I was over at Nathan's house looking at his collection and stuff. But it's a really cool gene.
It really is.
I love what it does with the pattern.
Yeah, no, she's really cool. I can't wait to work with her. I'm going to be over the next year probably looking to pick up a VPI het pied male to go along with her. Plus, I have a couple of pieds that I'm working with Posset VPI stuff in. So okay. I kind of backed into the VPI by accident, starting with this one. I didn't really plan on being in VPI, but
you probably rather would have actually had a good line of Exantic like TSK.
I'm sorry, you said good line? No, what I was gonna do was I still am at some point. I want to get into MJ Exantic.
Okay.
So I got
That's
this
even harder
tiger.
to come across.
What's that?
MJ Exantic is even harder to come across, it seems like.
Yeah, there's not very
hard.
many people in the United States working with it. Mostly it's up in Canada.
Yeah.
But there are a couple people working with it. But because I got this tiger from Nathan, I got a couple of pied posset VPIs. We decided, you know what, I'm just going to have to get a VPI het pied male and just, start working it in. So that's the plan.
Okay.
But yeah, at some point, I'm definitely doing MJ Exantic.
My apologies there for hacking on there. I didn't get to the mute mic button in time.
It's all good.
All right, that time I did. Man, I tell you what, like the throat, the chest, it freaking sucks. I hope nobody else gets this shit. Chris says best guest ever. Chris, I don't know. Shawn used to be high up on my list, but after what he said about TSK, he kind of fell down with the rest of y'all.
It's cool. I'll talk shit about TSK any day.
I'm just kidding you, man. It's how you show me that you love me.
That's what's great is everybody can like their own thing. That's what's so awesome about this, man.
Exactly.
Everybody can get into their own shit.
Exactly. The one thing I'm waiting for is the day that each one of us produce something and we actually get a compliment from Danny. Then and only then will we know that we have truly made it to become an apex breeder.
That's right, man.
Once we get Danny approved.
That's funny.
Oh man. So, what did Debbie say?
She was just saying that Chris said he's working on MJ hats, so me and Chris will be talking.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Yep, working on some MJ hats. Your breath. Wait, oh, there we go. There's a little bit of a lag between me clicking and it actually doing its job here. Shoot. All right, so what were some of the other clutches you had? I mean,
so, yes. So the first clutch this year was the black pastel het pied to candy het pied, and like I said, out of 6 eggs, I got 3 pieds. So that was great. I was fortunate after going through that whole debacle last year of not getting any visuals, getting 3 pieds. I was excited about it. So then I had a clutch of the dad was my lesser clown again to a Mojave. So I'm just at that point, I'm just trying to get some inventory. So I got some bells. I got a couple bells. I got a couple Mojaves. I got some lessers, and I think 1 normal I ended up with.
Okay.
And then my third pairing this year was my cinnamon pied male to my coral glow Enchi female. And that's the clutch that just hatched out. And I am over the moon with that one. Believe I got 2 cinnamon Enchi coral glow het pieds.
Oh, dude, cinnamon and coral glow or banana, however you want to call it. Cinnamon within that combo brings out some amazing freaking oranges. I love it.
Yeah, dude, these things are so orange. It's incredible. It's hard because of the lighting, but
look at those oranges.
Yeah, man. It just pops with orange. So I got 2 of these. I got 2 Enchi coral glows, and then what I believe is a regular coral glow.
Okay.
an Enchi and a normal, I believe. So I got 7 babies out of this one. So yeah, this is one of my holdbacks right here because I believe this is cinnamon Enchi coral glow, 100% het pied.
Dude, that's beautiful,
Um,
man.
Actually, this one might even be more orange. What are you saying? Yeah. So there's another one that's just super orange.
Dude, like that's just a beautiful combo, man.
It is. It really is, man.
It was hard for me to figure out what I was gonna throw to my banana girl this season. If it was gonna be something like my pewter leopard male, or if I was gonna do the GHI Mojave to her again. Just I mean, right there, like I wanted to go like getting that cinnamon into the banana, those beautiful freaking oranges. That was one thing I was thinking about. But then I thought, man, the GHI Mojave with the banana, like that just worked out so fantastic the first year I did it. And like those babies were just gorgeous.
So this is the one I think is just a standard coral glow. It
Okay.
may be cinnamon. I can't really tell yet, but right now I'm just saying it's
It doesn't look nearly as orange as the other ones.
right. It's definitely not Enchi, but I just can't tell if it looks like it might just be standard coral glow.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that
But
one. And
pattern's
I
pretty
know
crazy on it.
the pattern's really nice, but I mean the pattern also doesn't scream like cinnamon either.
Right, right. That's why I'm leaning towards just regular.
And that's still
Yeah, this is the
beautiful.
one Debbie
That's
found. But
that's the one thing though, like bananas and coral glows, like they will sell no matter what though.
yeah,
I think
people love bananas,
they
man.
yeah, they've just got that right color to them that they just draw people to wanting to get that snake.
Yeah, it's just the colors are so different than a lot of other things that you see sitting on the tables, you know?
Yeah. Now how they just hatched. They probably didn't have their first meal yet, did they?
No, no, they just came out of the egg. What did we brought them over here yesterday? Yeah, we just put them in here
Okay.
yesterday. So it'll be
Okay.
another week or so before I try and feed them. Well, I
Now
mean they
how
got to
many?
shit out too, so
Yeah. Now how many of the babies from the other clutches do you still have available yet? Or are you not?
so
Have you decided which ones you're getting rid of yet? I guess is the next question.
yeah, so basically as far as the first clutch, I'm keeping one of the black pastel pied het candies. I believe Chris wants one, so I'll
Okay.
probably hold one back for him. And then the other one right now so far is available. I still want to get a few meals in them first because they're still young. They're still not ready to go. Uh,
Okay.
but then the second clutch, I'm not holding on to anything. All of those are going to be at the show with me. And then this last clutch, I haven't sexed them yet because they just came out of the eggs. But being that the mom was coral glow, if there are any males, there'll be female makers, and they're het pied. So I'm almost thinking that I would want to keep one of those. I definitely want to keep at least one of the cinnamon Enchi coral glows.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't really decided yet if just one or maybe two of them. I don't know.
Okay. See, dude, I'll give you props. You're doing a lot better at letting go of things than what I did. Like my first season, dude, I was keep like my wife looked at me. She goes, "If you keep doing this crap, you're never gonna make any money off of this shit." Like she's like, "I thought you said you would be making money, not like hoarding everything." It's just like it's coming. It's like it's coming. I promise. Things will be sold at some point. It's like bear with me here. I got this plan. I gotta hold this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And now she's starting to kind of see, hey, my thought process of how I was working everything. Okay, I wasn't completely crazy. Um, and then this year, like for the most part, I mean, I've held back a few things. I've held back. Uh, well, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've held back like 8 animals this year, 10 animals, sorry, including the carpets. So really, that's not bad considering I've had. Let's see, where I just cut clutch 6, so 10 animals out of 6 clutches. That's not too bad.
That's not bad. I tell you what, obviously I want to hold everything back, but then I sit here and look at rack space.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to move a bunch of animals from my 1065 over to my 5540. And then that thing's gonna be almost full, dude.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to order another rack at some point. And the more shit that I hold back, the faster I have to order that rack.
I was gonna say that was my problem. And this week I should be placing another order with ARS just to kind of I think I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 more tiers for the 5540, just because I've got some stuff that I've got to get moved over. Like, I've got the funds to do it now.
Yeah.
Go do that. So that way I'm good for the rest of this season, and then we'll worry about upgrading more, more space and stuff next year. But it's definitely like I've got stuff where it's like, okay, we got to get it moved. We're pushing that limit.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, so I work out of a spare bedroom. That's what I'm in right now. That's where all my snakes are. And right now I have, the wall behind me has a 1065 and a 5540.
Okay.
I'm sitting at my desk, which is on the wall opposite of that, and then I have a shelving unit with a bunch of different enclosures for the files, for the indigos, for my. I'm such an asshole. My very first ball python, the one I got when I was sitting there during the pandemic, surfing the internet and shit, and I said I want to go get. That dude lives in a condo. I have a 4x2x18 enclosure that I built for him back when he was just a baby, and he's still in it. And it's like, I don't know that I'm ever moving him out of it. It's just a normal ball python, but it's like symbolic to me, That's the dude that got me going. So he has his own huge enclosure, and he spends 98% of it inside of a hide, but it's gonna be hard moving him out of it. You know what I mean?
No, but, I feel you.
I have him on a rack, and then I have all my supplies and shit. So right now, the next move is probably getting my desk out of here, moving it to a different room, and then just adding more racks.
You know what you could do, and this is taking a play off of how Nathan did it. Did he do a 70-30 or was it another 55-40? But build that up so high and then put a tabletop across the top of it. So you still have your table for desk space, but you still got the rack space as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was thinking about also doing like a half of rack of 70 series, and then on top of it doing 55 series, because that'll give me, probably 12 tubs from my bigger females, and then more 55s for, growing up females or males,
So when I make my next ARS order, I've got the front and back bars for 3 tiers of a 70-30 rack, because they screwed up when they did my one order.
Okay.
They sent me the front and back rails for the 70-30, not the 55-40. So they had to send me the replacement bars. They told me to keep the original 70-30 bars. So now I've got, whenever I do decide to, add the extra for the 70-30s, I got to just get them priced for the vertical pieces, the side rails, and then the plastic tops and everything.
Right.
And then the tubs, of course, but I got to get a partial price for 3 tiers. So I'm curious as to how that'll go.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just trying to figure out, like, Do I do the half and half, or do I just suck it up and get a whole 70-30, you know?
Man, at some point, a lot of those girls, I think, will hit the size where they need a 70-30.
Yeah, but I'm also looking at, so I have, and again, this is another good problem to have. I am going to need a shit ton of enclosures as well, because I'm going to have 4 indigos. I'm going to have 2 files. I'm going to have,
You've got a carpet.
yeah, carpet with probably at some point I'm going to be getting a male carpet, or, you know, I'm sure at some point I'm going to get something to breed with her. So I'm going to need another closure for that.
Yep.
And we haven't talked about this yet either, but I have 2, I'm getting into lizards as well. And
Oh, no shit.
I have 2 pied pectinatas that are going to be coming from Jeremy Bod.
Okay.
Probably in about another month. So I'm going to be building a big enclosure for those guys as well. And there's so much other shit I want to get into. Like, I love Ackies. I want to get some red Ackies. I want to get some Uromastics. I love Uromastics. Those are so cool.
Okay.
I'm going to probably end up with my whole other spare bedroom is just going to be like the lizard room.
Or make it basically the random stuff that doesn't fit in with the ball python room.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, maybe this room will just be ball pythons at some point, and everything else will go next door. But
yeah,
you know,
well, that's one thing. Like with me doing it, like I was gonna start the expansion this year, which I can actually still start because I've got some of the stuff to start it. But I think it's gonna start taking place more next year, probably. But you know, with everything I want to be doing, you know, obviously the carpets, you know, the 2 babies I held back from that. I'm probably going to be getting at least 1 female this year yet for Mike there over at Scattershot. So I've got that I need to think of. At some point, it's inevitable. I will be getting another chrome head, a Sumatran short-tailed python.
nice.
Dude, it's been calling my name for like a year now.
That's how I feel
And
about shit too, man. It's like
I had one years ago. Actually, I had a green tree, I had a red blood, I had a chrome head Sumatran, ball python, and I think I had 2 ball pythons then. But yeah, anyway, I missed the bloods. The bloods, even though they really didn't do a whole hell of a lot, they were freaking one of the most impressive snakes to pull out. Just because you got this big girthy snake in such a small little package.
Yeah.
So like they're just an impressive snake, and the chrome head Sumatrans, man, like they just scream at me even to this day.
Yeah, they look so awesome.
Oh man, and whenever I see was it Elijah there at Juggernaut, whenever he posts them, like man,
that produces
like
amazing
stuff. He's got some of the best looking chrome head bloods or chrome head Sumatrans that I have ever seen.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'd like to get mine from him. I think Chris, I did talk to Chris about getting one from him, but I don't think he does the chrome heads. I think he's got like the orange heads or something.
Right.
So I've got to have a chrome head. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's got to be the chrome head. And then at some point, I'd like to get a green tree.
Yeah.
Now that I don't think I'll ever breed those, but I want a Sorong green tree because I've always wanted one. The one I had was a Biak. So I do want to get a Sorong locale at some point.
Yes,
Holy shit! What's up, Antoine? Thanks for tuning in, dude.
I'd love to get an Amazon basin at some point.
Oh, dude, those things are nuts looking too.
Right?
Just don't get bit.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, those teeth! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like Kike said, Kike knows the love of the bloods.
Yeah, he got one of them nice ones off of Chris, man. Those things were beautiful.
No, it was probably the one that bit me too. Kike, you do some DNA testing, dude. That thing's probably part Warfel at this point. It's got Warfel blood and it's flowing through its veins.
That's it.
Dude, like, man, Chris has a habit of handing me snakes that shows, like, he goes to clean enclosures, and I'm the fool that, I set up the day before. So I'm all good to go. I'm there, helping. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I help Phil. I'll help Chris. I'm all set up. I arrive early. So I help out and bullshit with everybody at the same time. And Chris always seems to hand me the shit that's got the bad attitudes. He goes, "Here, hold this. I gotta clean its little, display case."
Right.
And lo and behold, the thing's always got a freaking attitude. It's pissed off at the world, and I get bit every time.
Yeah.
Like, one of his boas, his one boa was sitting there just chill on my hand. You can tell he's a little tense, but chill for the most part. And right before I handed him off, he just like went and gripped my thumb. And like it didn't hurt, like really. But it's the fact of like I looked down at my hand, the snake's just like latched on my thumb. I'm like, ow, you little sucker. But it's just like, man, it was a neat species. I mean, I forget what, I think it was one of his low-cal boas too.
So speaking of different species, I see Balls Angolans in here. Dude, and I know he has got some really cool, and they're not very popular, but they're so awesome looking. Angolan pythons are amazing, dude. I want to get an Angolan at some point. Those things look incredible.
Antoine says, I'm going to have to lean on you guys when I get to the new home in North Carolina. Dude, you're moving? Holy shit. You're going to be close to us, man. You could actually come to the freaking barbecue at July.
Yeah, man.
You're going to step outside of ball pythons and get something new.
That's
Antoine,
awesome.
You know what you need, bro? You need a beautiful black and yellow carpet python, bro.
There you go.
Everybody, I am convinced 110% everybody needs a carpet python. Debbie says she'd choose Douglasville over those, but
she's having a talk with Chris, I guess.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the chat's like going off here about Angolans and Bards now. See, Kike's on board with the carpets. Kike's loving his carpet. Dude, I gotta say, like, I know Kike's got the skills with this. Like, he does really good and neat things on Instagram with his reels and stuff. No freaking idea how he does it, because it's absolutely.
I just shout out Kike for a minute. That dude is incredible with promoting everybody else. I mean, that dude, I just love Kike. I mean, he, any chance he gets, he just puts other people out there, and that's so awesome to see.
Yep. Kike is basically everywhere. And I've joked with him. He was co-host when I was on Chris's from Sexin and Flexin. I did a live with them last Saturday, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was last Saturday. And Kike was co-host, and I was joking around with him. I was like, dude, I picture Kike when, like, every night, when everybody starts having the lives, let's just say, 7, 8 o'clock Eastern time, basically. Then Kike goes all throughout the room, takes everybody's cell phones, like basically confiscates them, like the FBI or something. And he goes down into his snake room or man cave or whatever he's got and spreads them all out and just puts everybody like one live on each phone. And he just that's his night, just supporting everybody and showing love.
Yeah, it's like Chris just said. He is the ultimate hype man. He really is.
He really is. He is basically everywhere, and I have no idea how he does it.
Yeah.
Kike, you truly are a legend, bro. You really are, man.
Okay, I thought so. He said he is an Angolan.
Is Debbie yelling at you? Debbie, be nice to Shawn.
No, she's all good.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Yeah, I hit the lever on my chair and like it dropped me. It gave me a freaking scare, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, I thought I was gonna go for a good ride there. So, what's like with you seeing how the market is right now? How important? Yeah, Blue Zombie, you're right. Every time you go onto a channel, Kike's right there. Nathan, no, I did not fall off my chair. I hit the lever and it dropped. Like you got the computer chairs. You pull the lever and it drops you where it raises it. I was fooling around with the back with the one leg, and my calf hit the lever and it dropped me. Uh, Balls Angolan should have some Angolan eggs on the ground in about a month. Nice, congrats, dude.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely at some point am getting an Angolan.
Dude, they're definitely an awesome looking snake.
They really are.
The patterns are beautiful. And they're just really cool. Like that's the problem. Like every snake has so many. They all have their own perks and their own draw, and it's just a matter of you got to have the self control to be like, no, this is what I'm working with. This is what I have
Yeah.
room. And then if more space opens up, okay, maybe we'll add this in. But I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
one thing with
hard, man, because
self-control.
I mean, just within the ball pythons, there's so many things I want to get into, but I have to like concentrate on the projects I've already started. I want to get a lot of those off the ground. I basically really started with pieds and candy. That was my two major recessive projects, and the way I look at projects is by recessives.
Yeah.
So I look at Pied as a project that I'm going to add a shit ton of different codoms into or incomplete dominance into. And then Candy as well, where I'm adding a bunch of incomplete dominance stuff into. I didn't plan on getting into Clown for a while, but then I ended up being in Clown. And now I got stuff like I got some Clown pos head hypos from Chris Sorrentino. I got a lesser clown that I'm getting into stuff. And then recently I just got into DG stuff where I picked up a super enchy DG male, and now I'm looking at getting into different het females. I got a blackhead pinstripe het DG female from Triforce that I'm excited to get into. And it's like I feel like I want to get all these different off the ground, all these projects off the ground before I start getting into other stuff. Eventually we'll get into puzzle, eventually we'll get into some other things, but right now I just really want to work on getting this stuff off the ground. But at the same time, I'm just falling in love with so much other shit. Like these pied pectinatas. When I first saw those, dude, I was like, oh my God, I gotta have them.
Okay.
And that's when, right after we saw one in person, I saw that Jeremy Bod hatched, or one of his females laid like 40 eggs. So I reached out. Actually, Debbie reached out to him first, but we reached out to him right away and said, look, we want a pair. So when they're ready, let's talk. And now we got a pair coming. And there's so many things that you could get into, really.
Oh, dude, that's the only problem with this hobby. It's addictive, and there's so many different routes you can go with things. Like, I'd have to say, like lizard wise, like anything that I gotta feed crickets to, I don't want to get into at all anymore. I've done the leopard gecko thing.
That is a downside, dude. We have
dude.
we have a 10-gallon aquarium in the garage that we bought. We get crickets like 1,000 at a time, and dude, crickets suck. They just do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I felt so because Dom, he had a leopard gecko 2 years ago, something like that, like 2 years ago roughly. And whenever he would go to his mom's house for the weekend or for the week, I was stuck taking care of this stupid thing. And don't get me wrong, leopard geckos are cool. I think they're cute because they always look like they're so happy and smiling.
Yeah, exactly.
But
little fuckers fool you.
Yeah, well, see, these weren't too bad. Like these were pretty mellow. The one there for a little bit, it would bark at you, and I thought it was kind of funny. It's like, you think you're something big, and you're really not. But anyway, you know, those he kept the crickets in his room. Well, every time I would walk in that room, I'd get blasted with this cricket spot. I thought, holy crap, man!
Yep.
And I got to thinking, it's like, God, you're going like this smell's got to be getting into your clothes, and then you're going to school smelling like freaking crickets. So you're probably the stinky kid in class now. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like what am I doing to my kid? And so eventually the thing just, I think it got, I don't even know what happened to it. It something got something, it got something, and it just passed. And like it makes me sad to say, but I was very happy because then it's like, all right, that's the end of the crickets. I don't need to remember to feed it crickets. I don't have to go buy the crickets. The smell of the crickets will disappear. So
Yeah.
after that, I made a rule in the house. I was like, no, nothing that eats freaking crickets at all anymore, ever. Done with crickets.
Yeah.
So I guess that leaves what crested geckos,
Yeah.
gargoyle geckos, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's
Lychees.
anything else. Lychees. That might be the only three that it leaves
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. That can all be done on Pangea.
Yeah. So, but I can't get Cresties because Kara says that they're ugly and evil and just ugly looking. Like she does not like them at all, which I'm surprised.
So
Uh,
I like Cresties. I think they're awesome. And the ones like that the guys in the group are producing, those are cool as hell. The problem with Cresties as a pet is that they just hide all fucking day. You don't see
right.
them. They're nocturnal, so they're they're back behind the cork bark or whatever you have in your enclosure, and you just don't see them. Like I have one sitting right beside me right now, and I'll see him maybe every couple of nights right before I go to bed because he comes out looking for his food, but that's about it.
No. See, I like stuff that I can see. That
Yeah.
that's kind of where my sweet spot is. If it comes out and I can enjoy it, okay. I like having it.
That's why I really liked the pied pectinatas. They like to come out a lot, and that's another one that we're probably going to end up bringing one to a show with us just to kind of put it on display because they look so cool.
Yeah. Nathan says, isn't that what balls do? It is,
It
Nathan. It
is.
is.
It is.
They get a whole pass on that one though.
It is.
Scott says he's calling it a night.
Good night, Scott.
Take it easy, Scott. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Now, what shows? As you're saying that you're gonna be vending some shows, so where are we gonna be able to see at? I think I know the one, but
I am doing my first show ever at Gettysburg on November 11th. So I am super excited, man.
now are you gonna set up Friday and hang out with the cool kids and
I would
realize
say
how dangerous
probably
it
we're
is?
not going to set up Friday. We'll probably come out Saturday morning and set up.
Okay. See, dude, Friday setup is fun.
Yeah,
Being out to eat with everybody, bullshit, and it's a good time.
I might get to that eventually, but right now we're just so busy with stuff that in order for me to come out and set up, because you got to be set up by what, 6 o'clock?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta be
so
set
I
up by
would have
6.
to basically take off work and then come out and set up. And right now is not the time. Eventually, yeah, it'd be cool to set up and then go to dinner with everybody and all that. That'd be awesome. But right now, yeah, I'll probably just come out early Saturday morning and set up.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's like normally I take that day off. Um, this past show I worked half the day. I told my boss, I was like, look, see, I know we're kind of half pushed. You've got one of two things. Either A, I can take the day off and you lose a complete day's worth of work out of me, or I can come in, you give me a job, I can get knocked out in half a day, and then I go leave and do my thing from there. I was like, take your pick, you tell me which one it is, but either one, I'm fine. He goes, come in for half the day. He's like, at least give it, because basically we prep it, and then a couple days later the paving crew comes through and paves it. So having a whole day missed, that lets the paving crew catch up to everybody else, that much quicker. So
right.
kind of helps keep that little bit of space in between. Katie says, all the old heads here with their snake. Oh, good night, Katie. Yes, everybody, hit that like button, please, before you leave here if you haven't already hit it. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, please. Greatly appreciate it. So you're all right. You're gonna be doing Gettysburg. I really, at some point, dude, you'll love going out to dinner. Just watch. You gotta watch. I'll say this. You gotta watch. Depending where we all go out to eat, the Gettysburg parking meter police. All right, the little parking meter maids, dude. They are sneaky little suckers, like freaking sneaky. All right, Dom and I parked, walked to the little kiosk thing on the main floor to punch in where we were parked at. All right,
right,
and then we walked off to where we were eating at. Came back, and I noticed that I had a parking ticket on my truck. All right. I looked at the time that this ticket was made. I looked at what time I clocked in. Dude, it legit was like just a couple minutes past me clocking in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, it was literally like, I forget. I think we got there like 6:30, maybe 7. And like the ticket was timed for like 7:10 or something stupid like that. Like, it was like legit, like, and I was like, that, like, what the hell is?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, and Gina, which is Joe's wife, I said to her, I was like, look at this shit. She goes, give me the freaking ticket. I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
And I gave her the ticket, so I assumed she took care of it. I would not want to be the person she got a hold of on the phone because she seemed like she meant business, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, I was shocked. It's like, good grief.
Yeah, I do a lot of work down in Center City, Philadelphia, and those guys are professional assholes down there. They will, like, if so. Right now, there's an app called Meter Up where you can actually, and this has been a fucking blessing for being able to work downtown, because you can actually re-up your meter without having to go out to your car. Before this app, you would have to go out. Like, if you're parked on like Market Street or something like that, you have a 2-hour max. So every 2 hours, you have to go back out front, feed the meter again, get another ticket. But now with the Meter Up app, you can just do it on your phone while you're working. So it's been great. But those motherfuckers would wait. Like, if you were within a couple of minutes of your meter running out, they would just walk over and lean up against the wall and wait for your meter to run out. And then as soon as it ran out, they would walk up and ticket your car.
What?
Like, every time. I swear to God, every time. But now, now with the app, it'll send you reminders like, you got 15 minutes left on your meter. Do you want to re-up? And then you can just, hit a button and you're re-upped.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a lot better, but those guys are professional assholes.
You probably really, like, that guy's probably sitting there propped up against whatever buildings near the meter thinking, all right, I got this guy. Well, then he just watches the timer go up. He's like, damn it.
I'd love to see their face so disappointed that they couldn't put a ticket on there.
Oh, probably, it's probably the funniest sight you'll ever see, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Now, you planning on doing Oaks or anything like that, or are you just gonna stick?
I'm sure I will at some point, dude. I want to see, like, I guess my thought is I want to do Gettysburg. It's my first show. I'm kind of, getting over what do I need to bring, and what am I going to do, and how's it going to work. Once I get over the first show, I'm sure I'll just go through and start figuring out what shows I want to do after that.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to ask Danny yet, but I'd like to find out how Danny did up at the Scranton show. I know he did
like he did
that
really
latest
good.
show up there, and I want to find out how that went.
And so I think Nathan probably knows even better. Actually, Nathan or Chris or John and Christine. But I'm pretty sure he did pretty darn good up there. Now, whether or not it was ball python good or was it crested, crested good, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan says he did good. But Nathan, was it balls or was it cresties? That's the big question. What was he moving? Because it seems like, you'll have a couple ball pythons move. But for him, for shows lately, it seems like the crested geckos are moving like freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I think he's been doing really good with cresties, and
Yeah.
I think he's just getting to the point now where he's got a lot of the ball pythons hatching out. So I think the cresties did a good job for him filling in while he was waiting for the baby ball pythons to come in too.
That's
So
actually that's
he's got a
probably
good mixture of, he's got cresties going while he's waiting on ball pythons, and then when the ball pythons come, I'm sure he's selling those really good too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely got some really nice projects going on ball python wise. I
Yeah.
know, like at Gettysburg, like I don't know if it's the Yoo-hoo or what, but the man just sells anything and everything.
He's a good salesman. He
Dude,
is.
he is. Trust me, he's got me on one. Like he whittled me down. I was hoping Lady like Fate would just, say not today. But Lady Fate did not say not today. She let the freaking snake sit through the whole show, and I told him it's there at the end of the show. I'll take it. And needless to say, the damn thing came home with me.
I gotcha.
Dude, I can't. I mean, it was my Batman mail, so I can't argue with it because I wanted a Batman mail because I wanted to work on Exantic Batmans. So
Yeah.
I was happy with that, but it still hit the pocket a little hard.
So this is the first snake I got from Danny before I even was involved with the group or anything.
Oh, okay.
So this is a super pastel calico het clown male.
Okay.
And I just by chance found him, and this is when I found out that I want to start getting into calico. Just by chance, I got that from Danny before I had even met him before. So I ended up meeting him at Wawa up by his house and picking that up from him.
Oh, okay. I want to say, where was it here? Hey, Paul, what's up, dude? I am not feeling better. I still feel like I don't want to say I feel a little bit less like shit than I did yesterday, but I'm still hacking a freaking lung up and just got a headache. Can't wait to take NyQuil tonight. Which actually we're gonna be wrapping this thing up here soon, just because my throat's really killing me. So what other show? Like, all right, you got Oaks, you've got what was the Scranton show, right? Scranton.
Yeah. So that and that's another thing. It's like I feel like we're in a really unique area, and I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm just saying this because I live here, and maybe there's other areas like this that I just don't know. But I feel like where we're at, there's a show almost every weekend within 2 hours of us, of at least where I'm at. I've been to shows in Maryland where, like the Havre de Grace show, that's like probably about 2 hours away from me. Scranton is a little over an hour, Gettysburg, Carlisle, Lebanon. What's the other one out there? There's another one out there.
York.
Yeah, York.
York.
Oaks. It's like Hamburg.
Yep.
Even
Actually,
though
Hamburg was yesterday.
a lot of bad feelings about Hamburg show from yesterday. But
were you at Hamburg yesterday?
No, I didn't go. I at this point right now, I will only go to Hamburg if there is something I absolutely need there.
Yeah.
Like if there's some kind of supplies that I'm out of that I have to go to Hamburg for to pick up, then I'll go. But I don't feel comfortable there. And I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon of everybody out there has shitty displays and all that. I've never felt comfortable with how tight and how crowded it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to look at shit. It really is. Like, going up and down the aisles, it's really hard to just stop and look at something because there's just no room in that place.
Dude, it's not. Oh my God. That's probably the biggest downfall of that show is, one, the vendors don't have any space, and the public don't have any space at all either.
Yeah. And of all the shows, I feel the least comfortable going to that one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, besides that, there's just so many shows around us that I'm gonna eventually end up probably vending most of them. I mean, I can see where I'm just gonna start doing a lot of shows. I really like the show feel. I like going there. I like hanging with people. I like talking with people, and that's not normal for me.
Yeah, well, it's the atmosphere. Like, I love the atmosphere of it.
Yeah,
mingling with the people, actually face-to-face interactions. Even though I'm like an introvert, like I like the state of myself, but it helps. Doing YouTube and lives help out getting me over that whole aspect. But just this end of the hobby and industry, it gets me out of that shell, and it's the one time that I can actually just let loose and talk to anybody and everybody.
Yeah. I just love talking about snakes. So it's like, for example, the last Gettysburg show I went to, which is the one where I picked up the carpet from you, I was at that show for, I don't know, what was it, 3 hours before I even got over to your table to see the carpet python.
Oh, okay.
You remember you sent me a message, was like, are you even coming to the show, or where you at?
That's right, I did.
And I'm like,
right.
I was at that show for 3 hours, just stopping. It's like every table I stop at, I just sit there, end up bullshitting with somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just enjoy that. I don't do that with any other aspect of my life. And I really enjoy doing it with the snakes.
Mm-hmm. No, totally. That's exactly where I'm at with it. And my big thing, like, I want to do more shows. Where I'm at, though, is that I can't keep enough inventory to do shows. Like Gettysburg, for instance, every time, like, I feel like everybody, like, probably bypasses my ass. Because every time I'm there, I really don't have a whole hell of a lot of impressive stuff to show off.
Right.
Like that. But that's because everything's already, like, it's moved. Like, it's moved even because of the YouTube channel. Some slight stuff on Instagram, but let's face it, I don't do Instagram that much anymore. Because this has become my main focus with everything, was I wanted to make sure the channel was the main priority focus. Everything else was like a bonus, and just with family and work and all that stuff, it's kind of gotten to the point where YouTube is the main thing, and everything else is just kind of if I get to it, I get to it. But so many other things, like even Morph Market. I sold a snake this weekend off a Morph Market, and so I've got that to ship out. So it's just stuff that it's most of it moves before the show even comes up. I mean, it's a good problem, but at the same token, it sucks when you're at the show because then you're the guy that got either nothing or you've got, crap
Right.
snakes. I say crap, quotation marks, everybody. But you're limited to what you've got. I think at the last Gettysburg show I had, was it 3 or 4 bumblebees that were either, I think one was Het DG, the other 2 or 3 were Het TSK, 50% Het Clown. And then I had some normal double head Exantic DG stuff. But it's nothing wow factor. And with the spider stuff, unless you find have somebody that likes spider that's into Exantic, TSK Exantic, like that's a completely very tight market as in itself. So it's just kind of like, man, like sometimes it's just not where it's at.
Yeah, so my my feeling on doing shows, like having a table at a show, is I want to have as much variety of stuff as I can. I What's great is I've been going to shows for 2 years now. So I have a lot of experience on the other side of the table that I can maybe use on the vendor side of the table.
Yeah.
Whereas I like to walk up to a table that has a shit ton of different variety to it. Like I want to see a bunch of different kind of snakes. Even if it's all ball pythons, I want to see a bunch of different colors. I want to see a bunch of different patterns. I don't want to see a whole table full of different variations of normal looking ball pythons. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to get into candy. I want to get into banana. I want to get into, like, I have some albino stuff going. I have, a lot of like the ODYB calico stuff, like what I got from Chris. I just want to have a lot of stuff that looks different. Because I feel like that really gets people to stop and really start looking at all the different animals. Like I feel like, and I'm not trying to like shit on anybody because of what they have, but I feel like if you have a lot of stuff that looks like different variations of a normal, people are going to walk past it a little faster than if you have different pieds, different clowns, different colors, like albinos and candies and just I'm trying to have as much variety as possible.
No, and I think that, like you said it perfect. Like that's, if I'm looking for a ball python, I'll skim over the table real quick because I know what I'm looking for, and my eyes will pick it out. If I don't see what I'm looking for, I keep on cruising. But if you hit that table that's got, say, like a carpet hidden in there, or even like king, like just something other than a ball python hidden in there, it does make you stop for a little bit. And that's part of the reason too why I was so happy to get into carpets was, let's face it, what's going to stop you faster than this brilliant black and yellow glowing snake?
Yeah, man.
Now, obviously none of the carpets really made it to the shows other than the ones that are sold that are getting picked up. So, it's my carpet methodology still didn't work, but the thought was there.
Yeah, and like Phil just said, bring some fire not for sale animals to promote. I think that's a great idea. That's why I want to bring like a file snake. I want to bring a Texas indigo. I want to bring a pied pectinat. I want to bring shit that people are going to want to stop and look at, because if they stop to look at that, they're going to look at other stuff too.
See, that's, Debbie said it, and like you just said, Phil said it too. Like at the last Gettysburg show, I brought one of my Exantics just to show off, and it did stop a lot of people. Like a lot of people were stopping. I even had some people trying to buy the thing off of me.
You know what, Jeremy? Like I said, I stopped and talked to people for like almost 3 hours before I stopped to talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how many people saw that carpet python that you had for me on your table and told me about it before I got to your table.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, people were telling me because I'd end up bullshitting with somebody and I'd say, yeah, I got to get over to Jeremy's table because I'm picking up my carpet python from him. And they were like, oh, yeah, I saw that thing, man. That thing was really cool looking.
Dude, you did get a beauty. You and
But,
Debbie got a beauty.
but it was like just having that on your table made those people notice it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And it made them notice you. You know, it brought your brand into it.
that's true. And I think I want to get one of the like a tower, and I do want to have like take one of the big jungles along with me just for
Yeah. Well, that's like
display.
with Mike at Scattershot. He does
Yeah,
that too.
exactly,
He has all those
exactly like
carpets
he
that he
does.
brings that are not for sale, but they give you an example of what you could get if
Yep,
you pick up one of his carpets. And I think that's a great idea.
exactly. And dude, like man, that's a whole nother story with Mike there from Scattershot. Because when we were at Oaks last year in December, Mike was actually vending the row across from me. So I spent the whole day staring at this tower of carpet pythons. And it was like life's cruel joke, dude. Like
Right?
literally, like I was drooling the whole freaking day.
Yeah.
And it's just like I couldn't freaking do nothing about it. It's like,
He
man,
had
like
such cool shit though, dude. Like he had not just his carpets, but like he's got those rhinos that are
yep, the
so
Rhino
cool,
Rats.
man. And
Dude,
the
I still don't know
Crebo,
how that one stays on the light the whole day. He did
yeah.
say the one day I guess he think he kind of like escaped a little bit, went to the table next door, and the
Oh,
people came
really?
in and said, "We think this belongs to you."
Yeah.
And the rat snake finally decided to go on a little bit of an adventure. But Chris says Jeremy killed with the carpets. Yeah, like I was really surprised with how fast the carpets flew off the shelf, and to this day, I still get people inquiring about babies.
And that's
Um,
so cool that I mean, I don't want it to sound like it's gatekeeping, but it was so cool that all the carpets went to the group. You know, like
yeah,
so many people in the group got carpets that we can watch each other's carpets grow up and you know they're all part of the same clutch. You know, like
yeah.
4 or 5 years from now we're all going to have the same carpets that came from that original clutch.
Dude, like one, that whole reason right there is super special to me. Two, it's awesome because I get to have updates and see how they color up. So it
Yeah.
helps me better predict in the future with other pairings, what do I hold back? What do I let go? That type of deal. So like there's multiple awesome aspects to it. But I think it was just like, you know, you guys could have bought a carpet from Mike. You guys like there's so many other carpet breeders that have a huge name in the market.
Yeah.
And everybody decided to wait to get one for me, which that's a feeling that I don't know how I don't even think words can describe it. In all
Yeah,
honesty,
it's awesome, man.
it meant the world to me. I mean, hell, even this guy right here, Phil, when he said that he wanted to take a carpet home with him, like my jaw dropped because Phil does spotted pythons.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Phil even remotely wanted to get into carpets, even just to have a carpet, because he's got the spotted pythons. Like I mean, they're basically the same thing almost, just smaller, um, and different colors, but still. So having him say, "Hey, I want one," and it was just like it made my jaw drop.
Yeah.
And Greg, I feel so bad for Greg. Greg's is the only one that won't freaking eat, and it's the most defensive out of all of them. You
He'll catch
open up
on.
that tub, and that sucker wants to light you up every time. You
Yeah.
put a mouse fuzzy in front of it, it freaking hides. It's like, I don't
Yeah.
get it. So we're gonna
It'll get
try.
done soon.
Well, I told him I'm gonna try. I was talking to my buddy Riley Jimson of Riley's Reptiles. He does carpets too. Uh, I'm gonna try a rat pink tomorrow. Hope I can get home in time. Run to the pet shop, get a rat pink. If that doesn't work, Chris is supposed to be bringing me some quail feathers, chick down, whatever, something with a bird scent to it. I'm gonna wash a little hopper and scent it with the feathers, and see if that doesn't get it to jump on the food, and we'll go from there. Worst case, we might have to do an assist feed with a rat tail
Yeah.
or something.
And if you do, you
Get
do. I mean,
digestive juices flowing.
yep.
But like the thing is, like, it looks good. Like, it looks damn good. And it was in that video that I just posted this week. They all look good. His just doesn't want to eat yet for whatever reason.
Yep. Oh, you know what? I just thought, since we're on here, hang on one second. I got to show off one.
Well, Shawn gets that. Everybody, next week's live will be Saturday, not Sunday.
Jeremy's.
It'll be Saturday at 8.
Oh, that's right.
Reason being is Sunday I will be off at Comic-Con. So, I've got to go out and do my nerdy thing. So it'll be Saturday at 8. I'll be doing a live clutch cutting. That will be tentatively the last clutch of the season. We still might get an eighth clutch yet, but that is the last clutch in the incubator for the moment anyway. So it'll be live clutch cutting. I'm going to try to get Nathan here on with me, maybe do an update on the clutches that he cut last week, and we'll kind of run with it from there. I know who this is.
Yeah, this is a sister to yours.
Yes, sir. Dude, that dorsal's still freaking phenomenal looking.
Yeah, this is still one of my favorites.
Dude, I have to admit, I was so freaking jealous you got that one. So freaking jealous.
I'm really excited to. So I think what I'm going to do is put my hypopide to her.
See, I think I'm anxious to see what you get when you pair her.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think I don't know that she has chocolate in her. I think she's just GHI Mojave Hypo.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe yours does have chocolate, but we'll see. We'll see.
I was gonna say, I think, yeah, that's what I think too. I think yours is the GHI Mojave Hypo. I think mine has the chocolate, and reason being is even from hatchling, yours had a glowing freaking dorsal stripe. The thing glowed like neon freaking lights, and to this day, it still looks like it glows pretty damn good.
Yeah, she's so pretty.
Where mine, from the start, that dorsal always had some dirtiness to it. It wasn't super duper clean.
Yeah.
So that's, plus mine's got a little bit of pattern to it. So I'm kind of thinking that mine might have the chocolate, but I'd still be interested to see if maybe we're wrong. Maybe yours has the chocolate and mine doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think yours probably is going to end up with it.
Oh, nice, Kike. Great, dude. It's always good to hear that those carpets, adjust quick and get on food right away. Excuse me. I think Phil and Nathan fed theirs like the next day after I guess barbecue was Saturday. I think they fed like Sunday or Monday, and they said theirs ate right away too. So it's just neat to see that they act like how quickly these guys acclimate. Which that's another trick I thought of too, doing is taking yours, Greg, for a little ride and seeing if that doesn't trip it. Take it for a ride, put it in a completely different tub at a different location, and see if that won't trip the switch on it. Now, what are we looking at there, Shawn?
This is my blackhead het pied boy.
Oh. Now, I will say this. not. I don't know where. Obviously, you're planning on with pied with it, but when I was talking with Brandon Nixon after we did a couple lives ago, he was showing me some blackhead stuff, and it really got my head turning on the Xanthic version of it. Which
Yeah.
I know everybody's thinking, imagine that freaking Jeremy wanting to, Xanthic everything. But in all honesty, like some of the combos he was showing me, man, you put it into Xanthic, it would just be phenomenal.
Well, let me show you. So this is a male, right? This is a male blackhead het pied. Let me show you. So this is my female blackhead orange dream lesser posset pied.
Okay.
So what blackhead does in a lot of different combos is it will actually darken around, kind of around the pattern, the alien heads.
Yeah.
So my plan right away is going to be put these two blackheads together and try and get some super blackhead stuff.
As a super blackhead stuff is phenomenal looking.
Yeah.
I think John, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got some blackhead stuff brewing too. Pretty sure John's got some blackhead stuff that he's working with. Ugh. Apologies, everybody. Apologies. Well, Shawn, is there anything else you want to show off here before we call it quits for the night?
Yeah, let me. So this is my hypopide male. It's actually an Enchi hypopide. So you can see really the only white that he has is that little spot down towards his tail.
Yeah. Dude, that's phenomenal. See, that's one thing I like about putting Enchi into Pied is the amount of pattern it brings back.
So this little dude is going to do so much. Yeah, he's going to do so much for me this year.
Didn't we get a blackhead girl from John?
No. From John?
From Triforce.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Phil said he bought a blackhead GHI Het DG for Matt. I'm assuming Ball Python Project Matt. That there would be an awesome combo too.
All right, I'll show you one more.
John says show the blackhead pin Het DG.
Okay, all right, I'll show that one. I got to show this one though. So this is one I picked up off of Chris S Reptilia. So this is
the hill snake.
Yeah, this is a pastel cypress honey cinnamon. Hang on. Banana. Head albino.
I remember that snake fondly. The thing's beautiful.
It is, man. It is gorgeous. And it's not really picking it up, but her dorsal just glows, man. And that's the cypress. Cypress does that to the dorsals, but
now what does honey do in combos?
It kind of lightens it up a little bit.
Okay, kind of like a fire almost.
Yeah, it lightens it, but not like pastel lightens it. Pastel will give it kind of a yellowish lightening, where honey will just kind of brighten everything.
Okay, gotcha.
You'll see honey mostly with cypress combos for whatever reason. People really love to pair honey with cypress. Okay. And it goes good together. It does.
Well, I know Jeremy Ball, he's big into the honey stuff too.
What's that?
Jeremy Bald's big into the honey stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. I think she's pinstripe.
Yeah, she is. All right, so this is Blackhead
Oh.
Pinstripe Het DG,
That thing's nice.
right? So my DG male is a super enchy DG. So I'll be making, hopefully I'll be making enchy Blackhead Pinstripe DGs. But yeah, look at that pattern.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
That is gorgeous. Phil actually just sent me a picture of that snake he got from Matt. So I'll show that off here real quick. This thing is super freaking dark. If the screen will, there we go. Oh, that was kind of.
Wow.
And the thing's super freaking dark. Awesome.
Yeah.
Pickup.
That's pretty.
Greg says he has a honey het red Xantic that is amazing. Nice. It seemed, I know Jeremy Bald works honey big time. I know Chris has some honey that he's working. John says honey is a badass gene. I absolutely know nothing about honey really.
Oh, let me show you. I'll show you real quick. Because you said HRA. So this is kind of one of our different projects that Debbie actually picked out. So this is green pastel calico. And Matt actually has the same combo as this. So it's green pastel is also called lace black back. But, and you can't even really see it on camera, but it actually has like some kind of peach colors in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a really fun project to work with.
That's a neat looking snake, dude.
Yeah, Debbie actually picked it out and got it. And it's funny because these combos, like lace blackback, is super cheap to pick up. But I think it's really cool looking.
Oh yeah, dude, I love the pattern to it.
Green underneath.
But like, yeah, there's like hints of green where it gets, green pastel.
John says he needs first dibs when you make something from that girl.
Yeah, I told him I would let him know for sure when I decide to make something from the Blackhead Pinstripe DG stuff. I would get with him first before I do anything.
Oh man, tell you what, my throat is done.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. You should probably go rest it up, man.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Shawn, I do want to thank you very much, dude, for being on tonight. I greatly appreciate it.
Hey, dude, I appreciate you having me on. I just feel like I'm just a fucking regular guy raising some snakes. I don't even know why somebody would want me to be on their show, but I do appreciate it.
Dude, who the hell wants to listen to my ass talk? That's what I want to know even more. But no, dude, I greatly appreciate you coming on, man. You were on the list to come on, and appreciate you coming on because I knew we would have a great show as well. Everybody, like I was saying, next week is a solo live, and be doing some egg cuttings. Hopefully, we can get Nathan on and do some clutch updates as well. Thank you, Nathan. Greatly appreciate it. Debbie, thank you as well. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, next week will be a solo live, and then where's my list here? After the solo live on the 20th. Like I said, next show is Saturday. And on the 20th, which will be back onto the Sunday schedule, we have Nate from the Odds Life and we have another person on. His name's Hunter. They are the ones that are with this whole scaleless female that laid a fertile clutch of eggs and hatched them.
That's
Or
gonna be a great show, man.
she didn't hatch them, but they pulled the clutch and they
Yeah.
hatched, and so that there has been a very controversial clutch to say the least. Um, I'm hoping people come into this with open eyes because I know a lot of people thought Scaleless Project was a dead end. No such thing as fertile females, however you want to look at it. But essentially, yeah, Scaleless females were no bueno. This obviously debunks that whole thing. Was it a fluke? Is it not real? I will tell you after me seeing, because I was one of the naysayers, and Phil he can even contest to it. When he had mentioned about it, I thought, it's like, dude, it's like, if someone's gonna hit a fertile scaleless clutch, it would have been one of the big wigs like Brian Barczyk that started the whole project. Somebody that
You would have thought, right?
would have been the one to do it. So yeah, it seemed fishy. It seemed off. I won't lie. But part of me thought, it's like, you know what? Dumber shit has happened in this hobby and industry. Look at Partho clutches. Look at andro clutches.
Yeah.
And for anybody that doesn't know, androgenesis is when the female threw none of her genes at all into the whole mix. The male basically did all the work. Like, the female was just the carrier of the eggs. It's the same thing as parthenogenesis, but it's on the male's end of it, So I'm not very scientific. Sorry for the crappy explanation of it. If you don't know what androgenesis is, Google it, look it up. But
you know what though, you explain it well for us lay people.
But dumber shit has happened, and after seeing the proof that's been presented to me, because I even told Hunter, I was like, dude, I was like, we're gonna because he took it to see a vet and all that stuff. He's like, I hope you've got the freaking vet records, dude. I was like, because there's a lot of people, I think, that are really gunning hardcore that this thing's a whole fake and phony. He sent me the vet records, all that crap. So, personally, I'm satisfied with the proof. Was it lightning striking? Is this the only time it'll ever happen? Who knows? It might have been a freaking fluke. It might be a different line of scale. Who knows? Like, yeah, the options are limitless, I guess, is the better way to put it.
Yep.
But it'll definitely be a great live. I expect it to be a very high traffic live. But I do want to say right now, everybody, do not come in guns a-blazing and attacking these guys, because it's, from what I've been told, it sounds like they've been catching a whole lot of crap, and it's not cool.
Yeah, that's
if you don't believe it, okay, whatever. But you don't have to go and start harassing people over it. Like, that's just not.
I mean, if it really is true, which it seems like it is, it's such a great accomplishment. And to have people shit all over it like that really sucks.
Oh, it does. 100% it does, dude. Like, I don't get why. I mean, it's just the way the hobby and industry is. If someone new hits that pot of gold, everyone's either pissed off that it wasn't them or it wasn't somebody else that's better well known. It was a nobody that hit it. It's kind of like hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
We all want to hit that Mega Millions, but if someone else hits it, well, then that, we're all pissed off.
It's really, it's almost better than hitting like a world's first combo on ball pythons, because you're actually doing something that people said you couldn't do.
Yeah, exactly. And it might be one of those things, hey, it may never happen again. It might be a complete freaking fluke. But as David here says, proof is in the pudding, like Gav says. Absolutely correct. I'm satisfied with the proof I was provided, but hey, that's up to everybody else to make their own decision. If you think it's BS, if you think it's true, whatever, it's up to you guys. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make the damn thing drink, though, sadly. That's what I was always. We grew up with horses, so that was always a terminology always thrown
Right.
out there all the time.
Yeah.
Greg says too many why people in his industry know everything. Yep. And then on the 27th, I have Matt from Olympus Reptiles joining me. We're definitely going to be diving deep into TSK and Exanthic stuff. And I think that's just going to be a great live. I think Matt will be an awesome guest to have on as well. So I'm excited for that one as well. And then I got to start booking again. So there's a few people in my crosshairs that I'm looking to get on here. So hopefully they'll say yes. Let's see here. Phil says, I'm excited to hear from the source and come to my own conclusions. Yeah, that's the big thing. Like, I had people even saying about it, questioning the integrity of my podcast and channel and all that stuff. And I look at it this way. Like, it doesn't question the integrity of anything on my part. I'm just giving these people a chance to speak and show their proof. I'm just the channel they're preaching it on.
Yep.
If it's fake and they're gonna come out trying to tell you it's real, and like, they really have nothing to gain if it is fake.
Well, that's it. If it was fake,
why?
I don't feel like they would be as willing to come on your show.
Exactly. And plus, knowing how the community can be, if it was fake, why would you post it? Knowing the backlash you're gonna freaking get from it. Like, they really had nothing to gain other than hate for doing it. But anyway, we'll talk all
I don't
about
know,
that.
dude. I'm like with the aliens. I want to believe.
Yeah. Yep. I'm right there with you, dude.
I want to think that eventually scaleless ball pythons can produce.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe this was the only one. Maybe this is a different line that's fertile. Who knows? No, Phil says I'm like the Barbara Walters of the snake world. Let's just stick with Switzerland, Phil. Let's stick with Switzerland. I like Switzerland better than being a woman. So yeah. Anyway, definitely cool of Chris is talking about hypo. So let's thank the sponsors real quick again for tonight's episode, everybody, because we gotta thank them, because without them we wouldn't really have a show. Gotta thank Nathan, which, if you guys want to get into the Bang Project, this is the guy to talk to. Nathan, I'm gonna put it out there, dude. So I'm sorry, but I figure people are listening this far, and they kind of deserve it. Nathan is gonna bang the world, everybody. So keep that in mind. And he's also working some other awesome ball python projects as well. So check him out for that. He's also got crested geckos, kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all of your branding needs. So definitely hit him up. The branding needs, guys, like, if you can't find what you need branding-wise for shows, for merch, I don't know who else to send you to, because Nathan basically does it all. So definitely hit Nathan up for all of that. And we got my brother Chris at S Reptilia. If you need a ball python, boa, colubrid, did I say blood python? Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Chris. I really butchered that. I'm sorry, Bo. But bro, God, I can't speak. But Chris has a whole bunch of stuff he's working with, guys. He's always adding stuff in here and there as far as different projects. He's got some bull snakes and pine snake clutches that are hatching out. Some really phenomenal looking stuff. So definitely check him out. He's also Pennsylvania rat breeder. So if you're on the eastern side of PA or don't mind driving to the eastern side of PA, hit Chris up if you need some rats. He's also Pennsylvania's distributor of Cocoa to Go and the Chipper. Best cocoa substrate on the market, folks. Highly recommend you use it. And if you're not in the Pennsylvania area, I'm sure Chris can get you hooked up with the distributor near you. So hit him up anyway. We got my brother and sister, John and Christine of Triforce Morphs. They are the force to be reckoned with, everybody. If you can't find what you want from them, I'm shocked. They've got a little bit of everything for everybody. Plus, sometimes you even get some extra genes in there because they're awesome like that. And if they don't see it, they're not going to sell it as something else. You're only paying for what they see. And, sometimes we all know those genes kind of hide in there a little bit. So top-notch snakes, everybody, top-notch people to freaking work with. Love them and love the snakes that they produce. And they're working in so many different ball python projects. You've got like lace and I don't even know where to start. Like they've just got so much awesome stuff. Citrus pastel clowns and just beautiful, beautiful stuff. They're also doing crested geckos, so hit them up if you need any of that. Let them know I sent you. We've also got Husbandry Pro. Click our affiliate link in the description down below. Click our affiliate link in the description down below. If you're not using Husbandry Pro, free 30-day trial of best reptile record keeping and tracking software on the market. Or you can scan this QR code. Free 30 days, though. You can't beat it, folks. So go ahead, check it out. I'll be surprised if you don't like it. And last but not least, Redline Shipping. Use this code ROBIN60, 60% off of 2 shipments. So go ahead and check them out. And that's my spiel, folks. I greatly appreciate you guys all hanging in there. I'm surprised Nathan did not chime in with my little bang the world thing, but that last week we were getting a good old laugh out of that. So definitely greatly appreciate all the support. Ken, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to catch the replay on this. We're wrapping it up. But great. I'll see you guys next week. This week's video is, I don't even know what this week's video is. I've got it edited. It's ready to rock and roll. I just don't remember what the hell it was. I think it might be, did I cut clutch? No, I did cut. Wait, did I cut clutch 4 and 5 for you guys yet? I can't remember. It's either clutch cutting at 4 and 5 or it's an update of 4 and 5. I think it might be the update of 4 and 5. Either way, Wednesday, 10 a.m. You guys will get a video. I'll see you Saturday. Don't forget, Saturday, 8 p.m., not Sunday, Saturday. If you show up here at Sunday, 8 p.m., there ain't going to be nothing going on here, folks. Saturday, 8 p.m. here. And John says Nate went to bed. Nate's a slacker, that sucker. But we'll see you next week, everybody. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. I hope you guys all have an amazing week. And hopefully next weekend I've got a normal voice and I'm not hacking on my lung up and all that crap. So Shawn, hang on here 1 second while we wrap this up. But I will see you guys all next week. Take it easy and later.
Thanks so much, everyone.